Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Tsunade give Naruto inherited of Senju clan. Before I start, please support for more amazing content, and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by Katankage Naruto, and link in description and support writer. Let's start the video. The Demon. It was a relatively peaceful night with a clear sky, not even one cloud. Shinobi and other late works were in bars drinking the night away. In all, everyone seemed demon happy. A small boy was running away from a mob of civilians down an empty street, passing the odd restaurant or bar, where the drunk threw bottles at him. Stop running. You killed my brother. No, I didn't. Leave me alone. The small boy ran into an alleyway hoping he lost the mob of people, but his hope was crushed when a shinobi in the crowd spotted him and called out to the rest of the mob. We did it. At last the demon scum will die. The same shinobi that called him out drew a kunai with his left hand, but first he slashed his kunai across the boy's cheek, leaving a shallow but long cut across his face which left a trail of blood down his face. For all of my fellow comrades and my loved ones, I shall make you suffer. But I never did anything. It's not fair. The boy curled up into a ball. The man had an evil grin as he moved his right hand behind him. A second later he had a pouch full of ninja equipment held up in the air. You're right, demon. I can't have all the fun. Anyone who does not have a proper weapon, take one for free. Just torture the little bastard. Many were shouting in approval as the shinobi got pats on the back for his generosity. Now what should I cut first? His eyes to stop crying, his tongue to stop his lies, or maybe the civilian was sent flying as a punch to his face destroyed it, literally killing him. What happened? The figure appeared from the shadows holding the demon in her arms. Tsunade, what are you doing? Protecting my son. Now since I already know my question, NBU. Several Umbu appeared behind the mob blocking their path. Now die for treason against the Hokage's law. You are the traitors for protecting that. The woman fell lifelessly as a blade cut her throat. Tsunade pushed her son's head between her breasts. Don't worry, little Naruto. Mommy's here now. Naruto nuzzled his head as he fell asleep exhausted. 5 years later, Naruto was sitting in a class located on the second floor of the Ninja Academy. He had long blonde hair that ended at his shoulders and was tied into a ponytail. Also, he had 2 bangs. He wore standard shinobi sandals, umbu pants, and a short gray sleeveless kimono with the senju symbol on the back. His half-closed blue eyes wandered the classroom looking for something more interesting than the math lesson. Beside him on his left was the emo, also known as Sasuke Uchiha. He had a black duck-style hair, black eyes, and wore simple white shorts with a blue shirt, also showing his clan symbol on his back. On his right was Sakura Haruno, the pink banshee. She had long straight pink hair, green eyes, and she wore a red overall with black shorts. Now class, I want you to do the following. The bell rang as most of the class jumped for joy, rushing out of the classroom, while the rest just casually walked out, not caring, or just kept on sleeping, aka Shikamaru. Naruto, Sasuke, how about we go eat lunch together? Sasuke turned around just to say the usual, go away, you're annoying, while Naruto rolled his eyes and continued walking, ignoring the banshee. Sakura sighed as she went to find Ino. Am I not pretty enough or something? Maybe Ino has some makeup. 10 minutes into lunch and Naruto was watching the clouds with Shikamaru as Sasuke sat in silence with his eyes closed, and Choji was munching on some chips. Come on, you guys. Don't you want to do something? That is not sitting around. We could play ninja or something. Too troublesome, but I suppose I could play one game. Shikamaru sat up. I don't play little kids' games, Sasuke huffed. It would be fun, but what is the point if our test to become real shinobi is after lunch? Naruto stood up. I'm going to get some stuff so I can celebrate when I pass the test. Sasuke smirked. Like you can pass? Bet you don't know a thing about hand signs or weapons. Naruto chuckled. Say that again when you're at the top of the class. Like I am, but it is too late now. I will always be the most skilled. The two glared at each other before leaving. After lunch, this is so boring. Naruto slammed his head on the desk. I think I will just go to sleep. Want to sleep on my lap? He gave her a glare saying fuck off, you're annoying. Come on. She patted her lap, not getting the message. Naruto, you're next. Sasuke walked towards them with a smug smirk. Good luck, he said sarcastically. Naruto repeated it as he walked past the Uchiha. Sasuke looked confused, but when he heard Sakura speak to him, he cursed to himself. Test room. Iruka smiled at the blonde. Now create 4 shadow clones. Naruto did the single hand sign and 4 puffs of smoke appeared, revealing 4 more Narutos. Now for your final test. Transform them into 4 different people. The Naruto clones did another hand sign and all 4 transformed in a puff of smoke. The first transformed into Iruka, the second into Tsunade, the third into the third Hokage, and the last one into a cat-masked Umbu. Naruto heard Iruka clapping, so he released the clones. So I passed, I take it. With flying colors. You can return to class now or go home. You're dismissed to get ready to become a ninja tomorrow. Iruka went back to writing reports as Naruto smiled at his first nice teacher, then left. Naruto's bedroom. Naruto was lying down with his eyes closed, asleep and awake at the same time. In Naruto's mindscape, Naruto was in a meditating position as Kurama was giving him a huge lecture. Again, let my chakra flow through you, Kurama was shouting while sitting down, annoyed. Don't resist my power, tame it. Use it as if it was your ordinary chakra. Naruto was covered in a cloak of red chakra with 3 tails swinging wildly. What do you think I'm trying to do? He gritted his teeth before the cloak of chakra burst. Terrible. You can't even master 3 tails, just terrible. The giant fox shook his head in disapproval. Well, sorry, I am not a giant fox with demonic chakra and just a human with normal chakra. Naruto pouted, facing his back to the fox. I started off with normal chakra too. You had thousands of years of practice. It never took me that long to master it. only a few years. And you want me to master it in a few months? What is wrong with you? Let's just keep practicing. Wake me up when you master 3 tails. Kurama walked deeper in her cage, leaving a pissed-off blonde. Just you wait, Kurama. When it is that time, I will have done it. He grinned, then started to train again. He continued to train in his mindscape all night as his body slept. Classroom. The whole class was having a discussion on how to behave in a team, and surprisingly the whole class was paying attention instead of skipping class. Now class, I will put you into the correct teams. The people on these teams will be your partners on missions all the time unless the Hokage changes the team for a certain mission. Team 1 will be. Team 7 will be Sasuke, Uchiha, and Sakura. Harino Sakura was cheering by jumping up and down, while Sasuke had a massive tick mark on his forehead, and Sai Uzumaki. Naruto chuckled at the Uchiha's team but glared at Sai. It's him. Flashback. Kurama or Kyubi no Kitsune was being tamed by chakra chains after attacking the leaf. Kushina just had the fox ripped from her, resulting in her dying. Minato was arguing with his wife Kushina on how to stop the fox. I will not allow you to seal the fox into my son. Kushina hugged her son tightly. But he will be a hero in the village. Everyone will respect him. He might even become Hokage, Minato pleaded. You are joking, right? I had the beast sealed inside of me and I got beat up every day. The only time they stopped was when you were there. For that reason alone I will not let my son suffer. Seal the fox into someone else's child. Kushina glared, making cold sweat go down his back. I don't want to and I can't. No one else except Uzumaki can have the Kyubi sealed in them without dying. Kushina's glare intensified. Are you forgetting something? The Uzumakis are descendants from the senju, so take Tsunade's son. She grinned darkly, showing her true nature. Now go. What are you waiting for? Seal the Kyubi and save the village, she said smugly. In defeat he used the flying Raijin to go to the senju compound. In Naruto's bedroom, Tsunade was looking over baby Naruto as he was sleeping until Minato appeared behind her. She looked around confused. What are you doing here? Aren't you meant to be stopping the Kyubi? I'm sorry, he whispered. You're sorry? For what? She put on a serious face while he suddenly pushed her out of the way and grabbed Naruto, then disappeared in a flash, reappearing in a flash in front of the Kyubi. Death Reaper seal. End flashback. It's your fault people hate me, but you did cause me and Kurama to meet, so I will forgive you for now. Naruto turned back to Iruka. Team 8 will be Hinata Hyuga. Naruto senju. Hinata blushed shyly more than she would usually do, and Naruto smirked, giving the Hyuga a seductive look, deepening her blush. And Shea, Uchiha, Sasuke's sister, the girl in question, licked her lips. Sensei, don't the 2 top grades and dead last go together in a team? Ino shouted out, hoping to get on Naruto's or Sasuke's team. Usually yes, but Naruto was requested to be trained by his own clan, so we decided to put clan heirs into one group. This means Sasuke has to take Naruto's place on Team 7. Any questions? Good, now Team 9 will be. 1 minute later. Okay everyone, wait for your new sensei. Good luck, make the leaf proud. Iruka walked out of the classroom. The moment the door closed, it flung open again, revealing the busted Tsunade. Seeing Naruto looking bored, she grinned at the idea. She thought of, hey my little Naruto, have you been a good boy? Using her speed she tackled Naruto in a hug. Before he could blink, his head was being forced between her assets. At the same time the boys wished they could get a hug like that, but the girls were having dirty thoughts, most having nosebleeds. A crack echoed through the room. Tsunade loosened her grip to notice Naruto was out for the count. She laughed nervously. Team 8 be on the roof in 5 minutes. Chapter end. Torture or training. Team 8 were on the roof sitting down. Alright guys, we shall start by introducing ourselves. I will go first. Tsunade cleared her voice before continuing. My name is Tsunade Senju. My likes are Naruto, healing the injured, and sake. My dislikes are anyone who hurts my family, paperwork and hangovers. My hobbies are embarrassing Naruto and drinking sake. My dream for the future is to rid the world of perverts. She pointed to Shea. Go. Okay, my name is Shea Uchiha. My likes are my mother, my friends, and training with my mother. My dislikes are my father and brother, perverts and power-obsessed idiots. My hobby is to train with my mother, and my dream is to change the Uchiha reputation. Next she pointed to Hinata. And my end name is Hinata Hyuga. I like my friends and my family, and I dislike B being always N nervous and S stuttering. She started playing with her fingers. My hobbies: I is playing and T training. My dream is to stop T the C curse of my C clan, the C caged B bird S seal. Tsunade nodded before looking at Naruto. You all already know me. He got a glare from the blonde. Fine. I am Naruto Senju. My likes are my precious people and training. I hate the village for almost everything that has happened. The village council and people who can't tell the difference between sword and sheath. Naruto sighed before continuing. My hobbies are to train, and he let out a small giggle. My dream is no longer a dream, it is a nightmare, and I am living it. Tsunade looked sad to see Naruto have so much hatred for the village her grandfather founded. That's all for today. Meet me at training ground 43 at 7 a.m. The one beside the forest of death. Be ready for training. With that she disappeared in a flash. Naruto waved at them before jumping on the rooftops. Next day, 6:30 a.m., Naruto was sitting under a tree wearing a new outfit. The outfit consisted of a black t-shirt, a long black coat with white outlines. The coat also had a few metal plates for protection, and finally he had mesh armor under his shirt. To Sword Art Online fans, Kirito's outfit. Going to put a picture on my profile. He wore his headband on his shoulder, letting his hair flow freely. Shea and Hinata were walking towards the blonde, Hinata wearing her usual outfit, and had a blush as usual. Shea was wearing a red vest-like outfit with bandages at her hips which made her assets look like they went from a C cup to a D cup. The outfit left her legs bare except for the fish net on her left leg and her ninja pouch on her right. Got a picture? Hey Naruto, Shea shouted from the other side of the training field, and Hinata being Hinata gave a shy wave. Naruto opened one eye. Hey, he got up and stretched. So we can start now if you're ready. As on cue Tsunade jumped from a tree. Alright guys, first we shall begin with the test. The three Genin just looked at her. All three of you verse me. I will decide if you will be Genin or be sent back to the academy. The three of them blinked, not registering what was said. Now fight me. I will be waiting in the forest. She jumped through the forest, hopping on branches. What? Naruto and Shea shouted while Hinata stayed quiet. As the Uchiha was about to run, a hand stopped her. We need a plan first. The two girls nodded in agreement. Later in the forest, Tsunade was behind a tree, not caring about hiding as there was a Hyuga on the team. She suddenly felt a rise in chakra. What? Fire style. Fireball jutsu. Shea fired the jutsu through the tree Tsunade was hiding behind. Luckily the blonde managed to get out of the way. Damn. As Tsunade landed she noticed a shadow above her. Dodging just in time, Naruto's fist hit the ground, making a crater. I see you have mastered my chakra fist jutsu, but I am still better. Naruto took the challenge as both charged at high speeds, punching each other's fists. A shockwave shook the ground, showing the power behind the chakra fist. Much to his dismay, Naruto was sent skidding back 10 feet. Then he fell on his knee, but he grinned because at the last minute he dropped a smoke bomb. He can't see in the smoke ether. Crap. She suddenly felt soft hands hit her. Cursing herself for being an idiot, she managed to kick Hinata before any more chakra points were closed. Quickly throwing shuriken, Shea gave the two a chance to escape. Tsunade I can't match Tsunade's strength unless I use my three-tail mode, but I can't use my ace yet. Naruto gritted his teeth. Oh yeah, I can beat her in this. He did a few hand signs and his hands glowed blue, giving the girls a look. They knew what he was planning. Fire style. Phoenix flower jutsu. Wind palm. The fire enhanced by the wind made Tsunade jump out the way, right where Naruto wanted. As Tsunade was about to land, he grabbed her ankles, making her fall to her knees. I think we win, mother. Yes, you guys were amazing, and another thing, when we are on a mission or training, I am not mother, I am your most kind, loving teacher. She cracked her knuckles and he gulped. Now, you all pass. It is time for training. 5 months later, the three Genin were doing training exercises that would make Guy go greener than his green tights. Over the months, Shea had unlocked her Sharingan with 3 tomos spinning wildly. Hinata had increased her confidence, which helped her train better, making her stronger than ever. Naruto's muscle was now toned to a perfect balance for a shinobi. With that new strength, his speed is now tenfold as he could manage to keep up with Rock Lee. Also in secret, he has mastered 5 tails. Currently Naruto was working on chakra control and using it on weapons. He was in a meditating position working on a control exercise, which was how long can you sit upside down using chakra and use chakra to hold a leaf on your head. Most would call it crazy, but it really was working. Shea was using a sword she bought 4 months ago. It was a chakra sword, black in color with inscribed kanji for cursed soul, and she was practicing the crescent moon style from a scroll. Hinata was learning medical ninjutsu in secret from her clan because of certain family reasons, and learned the clan jutsu from the clan so they won't suspect a thing. Okay team, it is time for your first mission. Tsunade appeared in a swirl of leaves. Naruto was quick to say no thanks, sorry, but I don't want to catch runaway cats like the other teams. He stopped his chakra falling of the tree. Spinning round, he landed on his feet. Don't worry, it is C rank, so we can put your skills to the test. Naruto rolled his eyes. But sensei, C rank is still bad. The best there is to fight a small group of bandits. Tsunade glared at them, cracking her knuckles. We are doing this mission whether you like it or not. Pack for a 2-week journey. Naruto and Shea disappeared in a swirl of leaves while Hinata asked about her progress in medical ninjutsu. Hokage's office. The next morning. Hey old man, Sarutobi chuckled at Naruto as he got a hit on the head for his disrespect. I'm sorry, okay, he pleaded to the girls. Sarutobi looked through some papers before saying, so you have never been on a mission before? He earned a nod. Okay. Since it is a bit late to do all the D-ranked missions before the exams, I will let it slide, but don't think I will let it happen again. Tsunade scratched the back of her head nervously. Anyway, you may come in now. Tazuna, an old man drinking sake, opened the door. Are these little kids and a woman supposed to protect me? What a joke. Shout the hell up and we will protect you. Alright, Shea shouted, and you tell me to be polite. Sure, let's go. He walked out of the room. Walking to the wave. Teenade were casually walking on an empty path, talking about what Tazuna was doing in the wave. Everyone except Tazuna thought about the puddle they just passed. Hinata, how strong are they? Shea whispered to the pale-eyed girl. Chunin by the looks of it. How about we ignore them? As on cue, the 2 puddles went up in a small puff of smoke and 2 Chunin attacked them with 2 gauntlets with a chain attached to them. The 2 of them were about to run at them but felt a piece of cold metal touch their necks. Don't move. 2 Naruto shadow clones were holding kunai, touching their neck. Who are you and why attack us? Both of them had cold sweat running down their backs. We are the Demon Brothers and we were hired to kill the bridge builder, that's all, I swear. Please let us go. The clones puffed into smoke, not because they were dispelled but because a giant cleaver sword slashed them in half. You are useless. Getting beat by a Genin, a tall man with combat pants, no shirt, a bandage mask covering his face and brown hair, jumped beside the sword and lifted it on his shoulder. Zabuza Momochi, the demon of the hidden mist. What a surprise. Tsunade walked in front of the group. Hinata, protect Tazuna. The silent killing won't work if you can see him. Naruto, Shea deal with the demon brothers, I will deal with Zabuza. Well, I am honored to be known by the legendary Sannin and best medical ninja alive, but he disappeared in the mist behind Tsunade. It's overusing chakra in his legs. Naruto managed to save both Hinata and Tsunade by stabbing Zabuza with a kunai. What? Everyone looked shocked, even his own team, seeing Naruto move so fast. Naruto looked down to see water where there is supposed to be blood. You're good for a genin, but face me, you die. Zabuza's water clone went back to water as the real one cleaved Naruto in half, but Naruto appeared to also be a water clone. That was so obvious. Nobody needs a Sharingan to copy what you did. He held a kunai to Zabuza's throat. With that, Zabuza started laughing. You must be quite dumb, saying something like that with eyes like those, but even if you can copy me, a mere copy can't compare with the original. Naruto was confused when he said eyes like those, but stopped thinking when Zabuza appeared behind him. He put a little cut on the throat of the clone, dispelling it, then ducked under the massive sword but got kick in the gut which sent him flying. This kid is strong, but how is he this strong? Chapter end. Demon versus demon. How can a genin be this strong? I know some are gifted, but not this gifted, Zabuza thought as he ran at Naruto ready to kill him when he landed, but stopped when Hinata used a wind palm to stop him while Naruto landed in the water. That's it. Water style. Water prison jutsu. Zabuza smirked, knowing possibly the strongest genin was trapped. You should have known to get out of the water fast, since I am a water ninja. Now to deal with the other pests. Water style. What? Ard, what the hell? Zabuza released the water prison jutsu and jumped back, looking at his hand which was now burned. How did you? What the hell is that? He looked at the blonde who was covered in red chakra and had one tail swinging behind him. He grinned. I was planning to surprise everyone later on, but I guess I will show you. This is my ace. My chakra cloak. Tsunade, who was worried in the current situation, panicked about Kyuubi escaping, prepared a seal. Don't do that, Mo. Tsunade-sensei. Be but the case. She heard him chuckle. This is my power. I am under control and I want this to be a secret, understand? She flinched when she heard her own son commanding her to shut up. Now Zabuza, it is time to see who will die. I wonder which demon will survive. Both of them smirked. Kid, you are strong, but I have been killing before you were born. He did a few hand signs and Naruto copied exactly. Water style. Water dragon jutsu. Both shouted before the water took form of two dragons that crashed into each other. When the water was falling, Naruto and Zabuza were trying to overpower the other. Zabuza using his massive sword and Naruto using a kunai strengthened by Kurama's chakra. Both were at a standstill until Zabuza used a bit more strength. Kurama, 3 tails. Naruto felt the chakra pump into his system as 2 more tails formed, making 3 tails. Naruto, your body can't handle any more chakra. Finish this fight now, Kurama said in all seriousness. Naruto nodded. While the fight was happening, Hinata was shaking in fear as the chakra and killing intent was so dense, it was suffocating her. Shea, on the other hand, managed to stay strong barely, but her interests were more on Naruto's eyes as they changed from their normal blue to what seemed to be a mutated Sharingan. Naruto's eyes were now completely red. Even the whites of his eyes were red. His eye had 3 circles. With each ring there was 3 tomo around it. Overall his eye looked like 3 Sharingans all in one eye. All of teammates stared at Naruto, frozen on the spot. Even the demon brothers stopped struggling and stared. It wasn't until 2 Senbon pierced Zabuza's neck that everyone unfroze. Thank you for weakening Zabuza. A hunter ninja jumped to Zabuza, picking him, then shunshin away. Everyone sighed in relief as it was over. Exhausted from his fight, Naruto fell over unconscious. Naruto. Everyone, even Tsunade, ran to him scared that he was hurt. Tsunade picked him up, holding him bridal style. Don't worry, he has just pushed his body beyond his own limits. Sensei, what was that? See chakra? It was too bright to use my Byakugan, and it was so dark. Hinata questioned, twirling her fingers to show that she was nervous. I can't tell you. Tsunade looked at Tsunade. Do you have a place to stay? He nodded and walked in front. But sensei, you should know, he is your son after all. Shea huffed, not getting any information. And what is with his eyes? What are they? Tsunade sighed. I know what the chakra is, but it is personal to Naruto, so he should tell you if he wants. But those eyes, I have never seen anything like it before in my life. After that everyone walked in silence. Tsunade's house, Naruto's mindscape. What the hell? You said I would be able to handle 3 tails, but then I just collapsed. Naruto screamed at Kyuubi, who was in her human form, pretending to be scolded. Well, sorry, you can handle it anyway. I said for the fight, not after the fight. Naruto mumbled a few things about the fox. Shut up. Now we have more important things to talk about. Your eyes. Eyes? What are you talking about? He looked at the water on the floor. Seeing his own reflection, he crapped himself. What the hell? Cool, these look awesome. Is your chakra doing this? Well? Partially yes, more like influencing your power. You have the eyes of my mother. Kurama seemed to flinch at the memory. Naruto pretended not to see, knowing she would not want to talk about it. Then realization hit him. You have a mother. When you are an immortal being that has apparently lived forever has a mother. He gave a stupid face. I guess I can't hide it. My mother is Queen Jubi, ruler of all demons, or as you humans call her, 10 tails. The demon that faced the sage of 6 paths. Naruto showed a face of confusion, but remained silent. You humans tell the stories about how the sage beat the Jubi, but that could not be more wrong. They were lovers, not enemies. But I am not going to bore you with the story. So anyway, you may have the strongest eyes in existence, but right now their level of power is just above an average Sharingan. So how do I get them as powerful as you say? Not to mention you have not told me the power I will get. Naruto asked, interested for once. Tell you what, I have a little deal for you. I will train you everything I know as fast as I can, and once I have released me and my sisters from all Jinchuriki. Kurama smiled. Honestly, won't everything I have been taught go to waste once I can't use any demonic chakra, and don't Jinchuriki die with their tailed beasts being extracted? He crossed his arms. With those eyes you will live extraction, and since you already had demonic chakra forced into your system it will stay there like normal chakra. So what do you say, be the new Jubi, or be powerless like everyone else? He nodded, gaining a hug from the fox in human form. Here is your reward for choosing the right answer and to say sorry for before. She clicked her fingers and her clothes burned off, leaving her naked. Naruto was sent flying by a nosebleed. You like this, don't you? She laughs at him. Since I am a fox you can't seduce me. But Kurama started jumping, her double D breasts going all over the place, increasing Naruto's blood loss. But luckily it was his mind better than your Ika paradise, isn't it? She clicked her fingers again, and her clothes appeared again. Time to wake up, Naruto. Back to normal. Naruto slowly opened and closed his eyes, adjusting to the light. My head. He held his head, messaging his temples. Where am I? He looked around before going to the door. Before he could open it, he fell to his knees. Hatred and pain is the only thing in this world. Let it consume you. Who was that? He rubbed his head, then sighed before opening the door, wishing he never opened the door, as Shea and a small boy were shouting at each other. Tsunade and Tsunade were just laughing at their childish behavior, and Hinata was the only person to notice him and patted on a cushion, inviting him to sit down. Even when he sat in front of them, they still never noticed him. After 5 minutes, it wasn't until Hinata giggled at a joke that everyone noticed Naruto, who gave a simple "Hey, when did you get here?" Shea asked. 5 minutes ago, when you were arguing. Thought you would have noticed me walk by you. Naruto lied back on the floor, looking at the ceiling. He sat back. So what were why? Don't ignore me to talk to your boyfriend. You know what, forget it, go on then, go make out. Shea turned around and embarrassed, only for the boy to push her, then trip up on the table and face planted on Naruto. Luckily her long hair covered her and Naruto as her lips slammed against his. Although no one saw, it did not help her, as Naruto had to push her off. When she was tomato red and with hearts in her eyes, the boy gritted his teeth before running off. Sorry about that, Inari has been this way since his father died. Trying to stand up to Gato. Tsunade looked down, ending the conversation. Now back to business. Be up early tomorrow so I can start on the bridge. Tsunade's guest room. So Naruto, are you going to tell us what that chakra on the bridge was? Hinata asked politely. And what has happened to your eyes? Interrupted Shea. Tsunade sat quietly, listening carefully. Sure, I will tell you, but you have to promise to keep it a secret from everyone else. The girls nodded, then Naruto told them part of the story. I don't know why people see you as the demon, but I have got to say, you did look good when you were fighting. Shea jumped on top of him like she was going to ride him, her hands on his shoulder, pushing him down. Can you teach me that? Naruto smirked and chuckled. Aren't you a bit young to know about that stuff? But if you insist, I could show you how to do it right. Tsunade was rolling on the floor laughing at Shea's face. I'm sorry, but this will do for now. He kissed her on the cheek, deepening the blush, and Hinata puffed her cheeks. Oh Naruto, I think Hinata is getting mad not getting a kiss. Tsunade laughed at the Hyuga's face. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings, Hinata. Here you go to say sorry. He kissed her cheek, then she fainted. Tsunade fake coughed and put her head to the side, waiting for a kiss, which she got but on the lips instead. Now who's embarrassed? He grinned before sitting at the wall trying to go to sleep. Tsunade shook off her small blush. I hope things can stay like this forever. She smiled, then went to sleep. Chapter End. The bridge. It has been a long travel for Team 8, walking for miles and getting up early, just like this morning, but since it was their unlucky day, Zabuza had shown up again with the masked hunter ninja and around about 200 mercenaries. You might be strong, but not even you can stop me and my little group. Zabuza grinned behind his mask. Naruto walked forward but was stopped by Tsunade. No, Naruto. I will deal with him. Naruto simply nodded and faced the mercenaries. I will deal with them. He drew 2 kunai, one in each hand, then used his speed to go by the 2 ninjas. I trust you 2 can take that one down. He smiled before facing the mercenaries. Hi, Hinata said shyly with a blush, as Shea remained quiet but still had a small blush. Zabuza started the battle by releasing his hidden mist jutsu. Naruto charged at the hired men, slashing at them easily with his kunai, then dodging the next attack with ease due to the lack of skill they had. Thanks to his tenant, his stamina was unlimited, but that didn't help with his boredom. So to end it quickly, he released a scroll full of shuriken, and just looked at the dying people heartlessly. Meanwhile, Zabuza was getting pushed back as his silent killing never worked, as Tsunade was a good sensor and managed to counter with a chakra fist. He was backing off as Tsunade was punching wildly. Not that he was afraid to face her directly, but his sword would probably break with 1 or 2 punches, a chance he was not going to take. He jumped in the air to get some time to perform hand signs but got a punch in the ribs. Not being fast enough, bitch, that hurt. I'm so sorry, she smirked sarcastically. She ran up to him preparing a chakra fist. He grinned as he swung his sword at the right time, as Tsunade could not stop in time. Block the attack or attack first. She cursed herself for her stupidness. She closed her eyes waiting for the blade to hit, but it never came. She opened her eyes again to see Naruto struggling to stop the blade with his kunai. Zabuza laughed lightly. Well, kid, you have surprised me again. To hold your own against me and to take all those mercenaries on and defeat them in such a short time. Waiting for a reply, but no reply came, so Zabuza used all his strength to push Naruto back a few feet. Still waiting for a response from the blonde, but all he got was a glare from those eyes. I like the look in your eyes, kid. It seems you are like me, the cold-hearted person on the team. So you think I am like you, huh? Well, sorry to say we are totally different and similar at the same time. Naruto channeled chakra into his kunai, doubling its size. Our similarity is only that we can and love killing, I might say I am cold-hearted as well, but that is all we have in common. One of our differences is that you chose this path while I was forced on it. Your interesting Zabuza and Naruto both used chakra in their legs as they sprint in a flash. At the same time they swung their weapon at each other, both cutting the other deeply but could not chop the other in half as their own weapons partially blocked the other. Both jumped back as Tsunade punched the ground, sending bricks everywhere. Zabuza was holding his cut trying to stop the blood but had no luck. He looked at Naruto and smirked. He should be what the hell. Naruto's cut was literally vanishing. Thanks to Kurama, water style, water dragon jutsu. Tsunade and Naruto looked at each other then nodded. Fire style, grand fireball jutsu. Wind style, great breakthrough. The combined jutsu made a massive wall of fire at the water dragon, evaporating it before it even got close. Zabuza, who could not escape from the fire wall, hid behind his massive sword hoping it would hold against the heat. As the smoke died down, the two saw Zabuza on his knees with his sword laying down on the ground in front of him. They both noticed his legs and arms had third-degree burns. With Hunter Ninja, Hinata and Shea, currently the two Genin were trapped in a dome made of ice mirrors. The Hunter Ninja, now known as Haku, was jumping between the mirrors at high speeds, throwing Saban at the two of them. Hinata was easily blocking the attacks with her 360-degree sight, but still some Saban made it past the defense, but it was not as bad as Shea, who was covered in them, although she still managed to stand. I do not wish to kill you, please give up. Haku appeared on all the mirrors. No can do. I have to prove myself a useful person on this team, and if I can't I won't stop trying. Shea talked big but failed to see the Saban ready to shot at her. Hinata saw, however, but she was surprised when the attack did not come. I'm sorry, but you will have to prove yourself another time. All the mirrors shattered except the one Haku was in, but that one shattered as well when she came out of the mirror, to a different one. She appeared in front of Naruto as he was going to finish Zabuza. The chakra-enhanced kunai easily went through her chest. I am sorry for being useless, master. Haku, why? I am going to die anyway. A tool should die before its master. Naruto ripped his hand out from her chest. As she fell lifelessly, tears could be seen running down Zabuza's cheek. Kid, I give up, just let me be with Haku. Zabuza was crawling with his remaining strength and finally made it beside the dead Haku. He rubbed her cheek. I hope if there is an afterlife, I can be with you. He looked at Naruto. Please kill me. Let me see Haku again. But before Naruto could move, he already died of his injuries. Hinata and Shea ran towards their teammates but stopped when seeing the bodies. Both started shaking a tiny bit. The rest of Team 8 were not affected in the slightest. Tsunade had experienced many deaths as she fought in war, and Naruto had killed any civilians that tried to hurt him, when he was able to. He sighed before giving both a comforting hug. Don't worry. Everyone is always like this when they first see a dead person. He continued to give them a hug, and they eventually hugged him back. Time skip. Team 8 were currently walking into the leaf after their mission in the wave. Tsunade had used a Shushin to report to the Hokage, but not before giving them the message. The Chunin exams were being held in a week. I can't wait. This is going to be so awesome. Shea was jumping with excitement. Hinata nodded. Yeah, I bet we will all make Chunin, she said, every bit as excited. What do you think, Naruto? I guarantee that we will, but I don't expect you to go easy on me just because we are friends. Shea grinned and Hinata smiled at the closed-eyed Naruto. But for another thing, why can't I turn these eyes off? They are distracting too much attention. As they were walking, they found themselves in front of a fight between Sai, the pink banshee, and someone wearing a black costume with makeup on his face. What are you guys from the sand doing here? Sakura pointed her finger at the face-painted man. You are not allowed here without permission. It is none of your business for why we are here. Pinky, the man picked her up by her outfit. Now stop annoying me with your craps. I couldn't do anything in the situation, and Sakura could not speak until she saw him. Naruto, help me, they are not allowed here, she shouted at him, hurting everyone's ears. Naruto opened his eyes slowly, his tomo spinning slowly. And Naruto, don't get me involved in this. Fight your own battles or get your precious Sasuke to do it for you, he spat out coldly. Knowing that he hated fangirls, especially the loud ones like Sakura, Hinata and Shea never butted in, he walked past the group like nothing happened. Oh, and Sakura, they are most likely here for the Chunin exams, so I think they are allowed here. He continued to walk, but his wrist was grabbed by Sai. Help us. We need you or Sakura is going to get hurt. Should I care? Why don't you do something instead of just standing around? Naruto turned to face him. Touch me again, and I will kill you. He took his arm from Sai's grip, then turned and walked away again, only to meet Sasuke, his Sharingan active, the two tomos spinning. This is not my lucky day. Get out my way, I don't want to deal with you pests. Sasuke gritted his teeth at the nickname. You are calling me an Uchiha elite a pest, idiot. The Uchiha are the strongest, and no, I will not get out your way until you tell me about your eyes. Naruto chuckled. The strongest? I don't think so. Don't you remember the history lessons? The leaf was founded by the senju beating the Uchiha. Sasuke glared. And I do not tell arrogant pricks anything. Just like you. Naruto walked past the Uchiha only to get blocked by him again. I said, tell me about those eyes, answer me now. You are not going any. Naruto kicked Sasuke into a wall, making a crater. Get in my way again, and it will be more than a simple kick. Naruto shooshin away, leaving the rest of them looking at the scene in shook. The man wearing the paint threw Sakura on the ground, angry for being ignored. Team 8 shooshin away to look for Naruto, leaving Team 7 to wonder what the hell happened to Naruto, and how strong he has become. Time skip 1 week. Team 8 was in a corner of a room full of genin ready to take the exams to become Chunin. Naruto was leaning against the wall board. Hinata and Shea were lucky enough to get a seat since they were early. I can tell you about people's skills on these cards. Naruto looked over to see a silver-haired man wearing purple and some of the teams from the academy. Being so bored he walked over to see what is going on. He noted that Sasuke had asked to see his skills. The man known as Kabuto shuffled the cards, then took the top one off and placed it on the ground. A picture of Naruto appeared on the top right corner. Name: Naruto Senju. Age: 12. Rank: Genin. Chakra reserves: High Kage. Chakra control: Low Jonin. Ninjutsu: Mid Chunin. Genjutsu: Unknown. Taijutsu: High Chunin. Other notes: in Taijutsu, try to dodge attacks. Blocking is useless due to high strength enhanced with chakra. Eyes are unknown, but the looks are similar to Sharingan, so powers might be similar. Advanced healing: abnormal amount of stamina. Try to end fight fast. How would you know that much about me? Naruto stood behind Kabuto, looking slightly interested. I am pretty sure we have not met before, nor are you allowed to look through my files. Kabuto had sweat running down his face, but he was saved as the instructor opened the door. Follow me, Genin. It is time for your first test. Exam room. Naruto was sitting on the second row, on the fourth last chair from the door. Hinata was in the middle of the room literally, and Shea was on the last row. First seat from the door. Now let me explain how this test is going to work. First of everyone will start with 10 points. There are 10 questions, so every question you get wrong you lose a point. Ibiki the instructor looked around to see if everyone was paying attention. Also, if you are caught cheating you will lose 2 points, and anyone who has 0, their whole team is disqualified. He smirked at the reactions from the Genin. You may start the test. It was not long for Naruto to figure out the test, so if I don't do anything, I don't get any wrong answers, leaving me with 10 points. Naruto smirked before going to sleep like a true Nara. Surprisingly, Shikamaru never got the message and worked on the questions, probability, because he was too nervous. Hinata was easily looking at everybody's answer. Shea and Sasuke were coping at random ninja's hand movements. 1 hour later. Everyone, it is time for the 10th question, but before I give you it, Ibiki coughed. Anyone who does not answer it correctly will never be Chunin ever, but if there is someone who does not want to take the question, put your hand up now and you can try again next time. A minute later and more than half of the teams had given up. Sai raised his hand and slammed it on the desk. Don't underestimate me. I don't quit. I don't run. You guys can act tough all you want. You are not going to scare me off. I don't care if I am a Genin the rest of my life. I will still be Hokage one day. Ibiki looked around to see everyone have more confidence. Impressive. Uzumaki, this is your last chance to go. He waited for a couple of seconds. You pass. Everyone started shouting at him about how useless the test was until a purple-haired woman came through the window. Hey Ibiki, it seems you are going soft. There are so many teams left. Enko, this bunch of Genin are tougher than you think. Ibiki shook his head and sighed. Enko grinned while looking to see if there was anyone of interest to get her hands on. Okay guys, I am your second instructor. Be at training ground 44 in an hour or you are disqualified. She winked at Naruto before disappearing in a puff of smoke. Another troublesome girl, Naruto and Shikamaru thought. At the same time. Chapter end. The difference between love and hatred. All the teams that passed the first part of the Chunin exams were standing outside training ground 44, the forest of death. Every person was signing a form, so if they die it is not the Leaf's fault. Now that everyone knows the rules and everyone has given me your forms, it is time to give you a scroll. After Enko and the assisting shinobi had given everyone a scroll, she continued, remember everyone, you need both scrolls and you must arrive with all your teammates. Now everyone get ready to start. Okay guys, I think we should make a plan, Hinata suggested. Naruto and Shea nodded. I was thinking, Naruto, you should lead the group as you are the strongest close-range fighter. I think I know what you are planning. I would be at the back and you would be in the middle. Hinata nodded. Naruto grunted in agreement. So basically we protect you while you find the scroll with your Byakugan. My to make a plan on the spot. What a smart girl. He cracked his neck. Time to get ready at last. Teammate got ready to run as the instructors were about to open the gate to start. 3, 2, 1 go. The gate opened as the team ran forward going into formation. 1 hour later. I have found someone with a scroll we need. Hinata stopped and jumped to the ground followed by the other two. Naruto stood behind her. How strong are they? 2 of them are mid to high Genin level, and the other one is low Chunin. Hinata kept her eyes on the team while Naruto and Shea came up with a strategy. Naruto drew a kunai and Shea unsheathed her sword. Hinata, make sure we do not go into a trap. Then the two used the shushin. In the other team, why did I accept these exams? I don't want to stay in some forest, sighed the only girl in the team. Will you shut up, you are annoying, the taller one of the group said, rubbing his temples. The girls started shouting at him while shaking him. Both of you shut up. There might be near. The last member of the team spat out blood, then he fell over lifelessly. The 2 arguing members of the team stopped, frozen in fear. Naruto walked towards them with the kunai that had killed their team member. What is wrong? Why don't you try and stop me? He sighed as they were too frightened by the bloodlust. He shook his head. Ladies first. A sword ran through the tall man's chest, slicing his heart in 2. He fell lifeless in a second, but it wasn't until Shea withdrew her sword that he fell over dead. The girl of the team fell to her knees, struggling to stay conscious as tears ran down her face. Shea lifted her sword ready to slash down. Wait, Naruto walked to the girl and went to his knees, then lifted her head to make eye contact and whispered, 1,000 years of servitude. Naruto, what are you? Shea began to ask but was stopped. Genjutsu. He got off his knees. It will make her a decoy for us. When we are going to the tower. Seeing Shea looking confused, he continued, the Genjutsu makes a person a puppet that does what I say, but it does not last forever, and anyone who can dispel a Chunin level Genjutsu can easily break it. That's why I killed the Chunin level ninja Shea gave. Oh, Naruto, Shea, I got the scroll. Let's go. Hinata interrupted their conversation. We should go before lots of teams appear. Naruto nodded and made a ram hand sign making the girl go in front of them. Then Team 8 followed. Meanwhile with Team 7, Sasuke and Sakura were frozen with fear as the woman in front of them grinned and stared at them with bloodlust. Is that all you got, my little Sasuke? You can't even match your brother's shadow, the woman taunted as Sasuke was reaching for a kunai move. Damn it, move. Come Sasuke, he thought to himself. Managing to get the kunai, he stabbed himself, stopping his fear. How do you know, Itachi? Sasuke shouted as he threw shuriken then slashed at the woman, but she easily backed off and threw two kunai, one at him and the other at Sakura. Before either of them could act, another two kunai stopped the other kunai. They looked at where the kunai came from. Sai jumped from his branch to Sasuke. Need some help? Sai asked, grinning, or do I need to protect the precious Uchiha? Sasuke gritted his teeth knowing it was true. Fine, you can help, just don't slow me down. Sasuke smirked, and put a kunai between his teeth while Sai unsheathed his tanto. Sasuke was first to act by leaping into the air, throwing kunai, but the woman easily sidestepped them. Sai charged at her with 6 clones, all of them slashing wildly without much skill, so the woman easily blew them all back with a low-level wind jutsu, then summoned a snake. Sasuke jumped at her, kicking her twice but was blocked, and then he jumped over her, avoiding her kick. Both of them ran at each other. Sasuke kicked her face only for it to get blocked. They both started punching each other, and both of them blocked every time. It wasn't until she jumped over him then sprinted in a burst of speed, moving around the trees like a snake. Luckily for Sasuke, his Sharingan just managed to keep track of her. As she went to punch, she missed and Sasuke managed to use a fireball jutsu, burning her to a crisp, or so he thought as she went underground, then tried to grab him, but he jumped back. The woman vanished in a burst of speed at Sasuke but stopped as shuriken landed in front of her. Sai, who just killed the giant snake, charged at her with 10 clones, all of them stabbing her at once, but she moved her body in an unnatural way, just like a snake, to avoid the attack. She then punched all the clones, dispelling them, and Sai got pushed back. While she was busy, Sasuke threw shuriken with ninja wire attached to them. When the wire tangled her, Sasuke pulled the wire, pulling her against the tree. Fire style, dragon flame jutsu. The fire spread across the wires, burning her. Sakura jumped to the rest of team and they all sighed, thinking it was over, none of them noticing the woman doing some hand signs. Just as Sakura noticed, it was too late as the woman's neck expanded and bit Sasuke on the neck. As she stopped biting and her neck went to normal, Sasuke fell to his knees in pain, holding where he had been bitten. What have you done to Sasuke? Sakura shouted with tears in her eyes. I have given him some of my power. Her voice gets deeper. My name is Orochimaru and Sasuke will seek me out because he wants power. Now be a good boy and pass the exams with the highest score. Orochimaru then disappeared using a Shushin and Sasuke fainted. 5 days later at the tower, everyone was waiting for the next part of the exam as they were meant to be doing it already, but there were some problems in the forest. Naruto was casually reading a green book that was made by the famous Toad Sage, but he usually read it in secret due to Tsunade finding out because of painful cough consequences. Shea was leaning on Naruto's shoulder pretending to sleep but was actually reading the book as well, not that she would admit reading it. Hinata was by surprise the biggest pervert after she gained confidence, and would make Jiraiya go green, because she could use her secret weapon. The Byakugan was very useful, seeing chakra and through objects, like a certain blonde's clothes. Okay everyone, stand in an orderly fashion. We will have an extra test, an instructor called out. Everyone went into lines with their team members now since there are too many people here to take the final test. We have to cut down your numbers. The instructor coughed. You will have to fight someone else and win to get into the final, but before that, is there anyone that wants to give up because of injury? Kabuto raised his hand. Sorry, I can't go on. The instructor nodded and Kabuto left. Anyone else? He waited for a few seconds. Good. Now follow me. He turned around and walked to an indoor arena. Everyone not fighting, go on that balcony with your sensei. The fights will appear on the board at random, so wait your turn. The board glowed, then 2 pictures appeared with their names under it. Naruto, Senju vs. Ino Yamanaka. Both shinobi walked to the middle of the arena. When both were ready, the instructor put his hand down then jumped back. Start. I will show Naruto that I am the only girl for him. Her fangirl sighed and control Naruto. There is no need to hold back. He gave a light chuckle. Good thing you said that. I am not good at holding back. Ino threw 3 shuriken hoping to get the advantage, but to her shock, Naruto just stood there and caught the shuriken by using his index fingers and threw it back. Ino used a kunai to defect 2 of them, but the third cut her arm. How can you do that? Naruto yawned before walking towards her. She ran towards him using her kunai like a sword. She tried to stab him, but he caught her hand. I will give you one chance to give up before you get hurt, he said, bored, still holding on to her hand. I can't do that. I will prove I am strong and I can't look weak in front of Naruto. Sasuke and the massive forehead. Naruto sighed in disapproval before sending a chakra fist into her gut. She started coughing up blood and dropped her kunai, which he caught. I did give you a chance, but you chose the wrong option. She fell to her knees and looked up, seeing Naruto above her, his kunai glowing blue with chakra. He slammed the kunai into her shoulder, and she shouted in pain as Naruto was going to finish her with a chakra fist. She disappeared in a puff of smoke. Naruto looked up to see Asuma holding Ino in his arms. Why did you continue? You knew you had won the match, so why hurt her further? Asuma questioned. Naruto grunted. I don't need to answer to you, to me you are a nobody, and nothing. A speck of dust not even worth my time. Naruto grinned darkly, seeing the man tense. Don't even try anything. Asuma put Ino down for the medics and went to Naruto as he was about to grab him. Their eyes met and Asuma froze. What an idiot, going for me here. Oh well, no one except Kakashi or Niji will be able to see this smoking retard in a genjutsu. Not to mention they don't have their eyes activated. In a second Asuma was tortured for hours. Chapter end. Preliminaries. Don't bother me again. Naruto snapped his fingers as he walked up the stairs to his team. Asuma blinked twice, being released from the genjutsu. He was about to try confront the blonde again but sighed and went back to his own team. To trap a jonin in a genjutsu? That's impressive. How did he learn to do that? Kakashi narrowed his eyes. Nothing special compared to me, but in a few years, he could be the genjutsu master of Konoha. Not to mention we would make a cute couple, I mean as comrades using genjutsu. That's all. Kurenai sighed to herself, her cheeks going a slight pink. The board started changing again until it stopped. Seiya Uchiha vs Sakura Haruno. Naruto grinned. Oh my. It seems it is time for the fangirls to go to the slaughter. Naruto turned to Seiya. You won't need my luck for this. Seiya returned the grin before jumping down from the balcony to the middle of the arena. Good luck SHY. Hinata shouted louder than any fangirl, making Naruto nearly fall over. Please Hinata, go back to being quiet, and shy. Niji stared at the Hyuga princess and shook his head in disapproval of her actions. Don't lose. Sakura, Sai and Lee cheered in unison. They may not bother me so much, but they are still annoying. Sasuke and Naruto both rubbed their temples in annoyance. I won't lose like Ino Pig, and I will show who the best kunoichi is and start. The instructor jumped back. Fire style. Fireball jutsu. Seiya instantly used her fireball to see if the banshee could last more than 10 seconds. Shuriken came out of the smoke at Seiya, who backed off to dodge the shuriken. As Sakura came through the smoke, she threw another 8 shuriken. Instead of backing off, Seiya unsheathed her sword and spun it round, hitting all of the shuriken. Sakura made a hand sigh and 2 clones appeared beside her. All of them had a kunai in their right hand. Cha. You're annoying. Seiya spun around like she was dancing and sliced all the Sakuras at once, but they all puffed into smoke. Sakura appeared behind her, ready to slash with a kunai. Got you. And Sakura noticed the Uchiha in front vanished and appeared behind her. Sorry, but I got bored. Seiya started sheathing her sword. By the time you notice, it will all be over. She finished sheathing her sword when the click of the sword sounded as it hit the sheath. Blood came from Sakura's back as a massive cut showed from her shoulders to her waist. You are lucky I never cut you in half. Seeing Sakura could not get up, the instructor ended the match and declared Seiya the winner. The medics were quick to get Sakura out of the battlefield, and Seiya walked past Hinata giving her a high five. The board changed again. Sasuke Uchiha vs Yoroi Akato. Yoroi walked down to the arena while Sasuke was getting told not to use his Sharingan from Kakashi. When they were both in the middle of the arena, the instructor began the match. As soon as the match started, Yoroi jumped at Sasuke, tackling him to the ground. Yoroi had his hand on Sasuke's head, keeping him down. Haha, I am going to absorb all of your chakra. His hand was glowing blue as he was absorbing chakra. Sasuke managed to kick him off and get up. Once Sasuke got up, he grabbed his neck. Unable to move, Yoroi began punching and kicking the Uchiha. What are you doing, Sasuke? Kick his ass! Sai shouted at the Uchiha. Like a button had been pressed on the Uchiha, Sasuke disappeared, then appeared under Yoroi. Sasuke kicked his chin, sending him upwards, and Sasuke jumped after him. I am going to borrow this. He swiveled round, kicking Yoroi, which was blocked, but Yoroi didn't see the kick from the other side. The match ended as Sasuke slammed Yoroi into the ground with his foot. As he walked away, Kakashi dragged the emo off to seal the cursed mark on his neck. The board changed again. Hinata Hyuga vs Niji. Hyuga. Niji smirked confidently. This will be easy. Show him the new you. Hinata. Naruto patted her head, making her have a light blush. Hinata, all you need to do is hit him in every man's weak spot as hard as you can. Naruto's face paled. Or cut it off. Seiya grinned like as a sadist, making Naruto slowly move away. He paled even more when Hinata agreed without hesitation. Both Hyuga were in the middle of the arena start. Lady Hinata, I would advise you give up. You cannot win. Niji got into his battle stance. I think it is you that should give up. I am much stronger than before. Hinata also got into her battle stance. Both of them activated their Byakugan. Both of them started hitting each other, but it looked like they were just slapping each other. Wind palm. Hinata slapped Niji's chest, then he was sent flying. Niji gritted his teeth. Sorry about this, but 8 trigrams 64 palms. 8 trigrams rotation. Niji fell on his back, then Hinata stopped spinning and looked down at Niji. I am no longer the shy girl anyone can push around. I'm strong now. Niji got back up, about to strike again, but he coughed up blood and fell to his knees. I closed all of you chakra points. You were lucky to pull of that last jutsu. I won't be beaten that easily. It is not my destiny to lose. Hinata punched Niji in the face, knocking him over. I see can move. Hinata. Hyuga wins. The instructor called out. I am not going to write about all the fights. Too much effort. Go watch the anime for the rest of the fights. Sai replaces canon Naruto. Alright everyone, listen up. You have 1 month to train for the finals. And in the final you will be watched by important people that might decide your future. The instructor coughed. Your names are on this sheet of paper with your first match up. One last thing, if you are not on time for your match you will be disqualified. Your matches will start at 10, so be early. Okay, first match, Shikamaru vs Temari. Second match, Sasuke vs Naruto. Third match, Kankura vs Dosu. Fourth match, Sai vs Hinata. Final match, Seiya vs Gaara. Shino, you will fight the winner of the first match before we go to the second round. They all nodded. You're dismissed. The next day, Tsunade and Naruto were standing in their own training ground. Now it is time to train. Since Hinata and Seiya are going to train with their clan, I think we should do the same. Naruto looked at her confused. I have never heard that the senju have their own clan jutsu. Aren't we just good with elements? Tsunade smirked. That's why. I have this. She held out 3 slips of paper. These pieces of paper can tell chakra nature by putting a tiny bit of chakra in them. Fire nature burns the paper. Wind nature cuts the paper. Lightning nature crinkles the paper. Earth nature crumbles the paper, and water nature makes the paper soaking wet. He took a piece of paper. So we have no clan techniques. Then she rubbed the back of her head sheepishly. Oh well, he put a bit of chakra into the paper. The paper split into 4, the first burned, the second crumbled, the third got wet, and the last went to dust. Both of them blinked for a second. Holy crap. F4 natures, senju are naturally gifted in water nature. You might have got the earth style from your great-grandfather. The fire I am not particularly sure, but maybe QB has affected you in some way, but I don't even know what the last on is. She sighed. Well, I can teach you water style and some earth style, but I don't know fire or whatever that is. Naruto went in a thinking pose. Kurama, do you know what the dust element means? That's just your demonic nature. Don't worry about it, but you do realize you have all chakra natures, right? She laughed at his shocked face. Those 4 elements are just more dominant than the others. How can I have? He stopped when Kurama put her hand up. Your eyes have more powers than you think. I will tell you later. Naruto exited his mindscape. So I think we should start with water nature, if you're good at it. Alright, follow me. After a bit of walking they reached a waterfall. Now to start your training. First watch me. Tsunade sat on the water. Naruto watched in awe as the water flowed around her. Some of the water went over her head, making it look like she was in the middle of a water fountain. Naruto gulped air. You expect me to do that on my first try? No, first of you must control the water you sit on. You see the water is flowing away from the waterfall. Well, all you need to do is make the water flow towards the waterfall. Naruto nodded before sitting on the water. 3 weeks later, at the Uchiha compound, Seiya was on her knees looking at her father Fugaku. Fugaku was laughing madly. Give me your eyes, Seiya. Be a good girl. His Sharingan active. Dad, why? She shuffled back. Oh, you want to know why? You really want to know? Well, if I have your eyes, I can save the Uchiha by ruling over the leaf. He walked up to her, not thinking clearly. He lounged at her but stopped when a skeletal hand grabbed him. I can stand you hurting me, but I will never let you touch my daughter. Mikoto shouted at him, her Sharingan blazing, but her eyes were different. Instead of the usual 3 tomo, there was an octopus-like shape, with all the tentacles going clockwise. Why, you little bit! The hand crushed him, killing him instantly. Seiya could only watch in horror as the blood and her dad dropped to the ground. As Seiya see come here, she did what she was told and slowly crawled to her mother. Sorry, I will leave you like this, but I won't make it. Don't say that, my Tsunade-sensei can heal you. Wait here. Seiya got up to leave, but Mikoto grabbed her wrist. It's too late for that. Mikoto gave a small chuckle. Well, I have never seen anyone get a Mangekyo Sharingan before a person dies. Going to say MS now. What do you mean MS? Seiya said with tears in her eyes. There is too much to say in so little time, but I want you to take my eyes. She covered Seiya's lips to stop her from speaking. Close your eyes, this will hurt a bit. 10 minutes later, and Seiya was just looking at her dead mother, her eternal Mangekyo Sharingan coping the sight forever. Going to say EMS now. Her EMS was a star shaped with 6 points and had her mother's MS design in the middle with a white circle in the center. Go to my profile to see the image. I would advise this as I am bad at explaining. Chapter end. Finals. It was the second match in the final round in the Chunin exams. Temari had won the first match as Shikamaru had given up due to his laziness. Naruto was standing in the middle of the field with a bored expression as the stuck-up Uchiha did not show up. Sasuke Uchiha, please present yourself or be disqualified, the instructor shouted. A few moments later, Naruto senju win by as on cue Kakashi and Sasuke appeared in a puff of smoke. Kakashi gave a small wave. Yo, hope we're not late. The instructor's eyes twitched. Good luck, Sasuke. Sasuke walked up to Naruto with an arrogant smirk. Sorry for the wait. The fight between Naruto senju and Sasuke Uchiha can now begin. Start. The instructor jumped back at a safe distance. Sasuke activated his Sharingan, the 2 tomos spinning clockwise. With these eyes things will be different. I will show you the true power of the Uchiha. Sasuke threw 4 shuriken at the blonde, who merely sidestepped them. The duck-haired Uchiha ran towards Naruto going for a punch to the face. Naruto raised his hand to block, but Sasuke disappeared. Sasuke appeared behind Naruto and punched his face while Naruto turned around, but his fist was caught. True power of the Uchiha? He chuckled. Your Sharingan only has 2 tomo. Really pathetic. Still holding on to his fist, Sasuke tried to push Naruto away with another punch, but it ended like the first one as Naruto caught it in his other hand. I'm going to borrow this. Naruto used the Uchiha's hands to make signs, then kicked him, using him like a trampoline to jump back, putting his hands in a tiger hand sign. Fire style, fireball jutsu. Recovering from the kick, Sasuke kneeled on the ground doing some hand signs. Earth style, mud wall. Solid mud rose from the ground, stopping the ball of fire barely as the sides of the wall broke off. Using the smoke from the fire as cover, Naruto ran past the left side of the wall. Noticing him, Sasuke threw a kunai at the blonde, but the said blonde disappeared in a puff of smoke. Hearing something from the right side, he turned around, but before he could react, a kick hit him in the side of the head, knocking him on the wall. Naruto smirked as he grabbed Sasuke by the shoulder. He drew a kunai and slashed at him, but another Sasuke came out of the ground, taking Naruto's hand off the first one, and holding him in place. This is the original. A kunai dropped from his sleeve, grabbing it with his free hand. It's over. The Sasuke holding him turned into lightning. Sasuke took the opportunity to kick Naruto in the chin and kick him in the stomach, sending the blonde back rolling on the ground. He got up recovering from the kick, dusting himself off. You call me pathetic. Say that when you're standing and I'm on the ground. Sasuke went into his copy taijutsu stance. He chuckled darkly to think I would need to remove them against someone like you. Naruto put his hands together in a snake hand sign. That's better. Using gravity seals is too much work, so are you just going to stand there? Fine, I will go to you. He took out a single shuriken, disappearing in a flash, too fast for Sasuke to see. Naruto kicked him in the air and threw the shuriken at his leg. Crap, ninja wire. The Uchiha was pulled down to the ground by the shuriken wrapped around his leg. He was thrown up again and brought down to the ground again. Naruto then spun around, throwing Sasuke halfway up the wall. In the stand, sorry little brother, but my Naruto won't go easy on you. Seiya gave a small smile, while a few others, namely Gaara, Neji and Sai, had narrowed their eyes at tough opponents. Even though Neji was not even in the finals, they looked to see Sasuke's copied hidden lotus take Naruto to the ground, but like Gaara had done, Naruto turned out to be an earth clone. Sasuke looked around to see Naruto come out of the mud wall that was made earlier. Sasuke gritted his teeth. I have got to end this. I can't take much more. After that he went through some hand signs, then grabbed his right arm. There was a cracking noise before lightning appeared around his hand. Chidori. Interesting, but Sasuke ran towards him and extended his arm in a stabbing motion, but his wrist was caught. It's over. Naruto clenched his hand, his chakra visible, showing how much chakra there was, and gave Sasuke a punch to the gut, taking all the wind out of him. Then he got kneed in the face as his head went down. He finally fell on his back, unable to move. The instructor stepped in and shouted, Naruto senju wins and will continue to the next round. There was some clapping and cheering, but there were some who shouted insults, demanding Sasuke should go to the next round as he was the beloved Uchiha, as they forgot about Seiya. Silence please, the instructor called out as Naruto walked away and Sasuke was carried away. Next match will be between Kankuro and Shino, as Dosu has not appeared and has gone. Excuse me, I wish to forfeit the match, Kankuro shouted out, making people complain. The instructor nodded. Shino wins by forfeit. Next match will be between Sai Uzumaki and Hinata Hyuga. The two of them walked down to the field, Hinata and Naruto smiling at each other while walking past each other on the stairs. Hayashi looked at his daughter from the crowd, smirking at how she is not the weak little girl stuttering all the time, not paying attention to anyone else, not even his other daughter Hanabi. Now begin, the instructor shouted and jumped back. Hinata calmly got into a stance as Sai rushed in using his signature jutsu, multi-shadow clone jutsu. 6 clones appeared and ran around Hinata as she activated her Byakugan. You can't beat me with numbers. All the clones ran and throwing punches at Hinata, who simple hit them away. 1 minute of hitting later, Sai was panting as Hinata was the same as she started. How can she stop all our attacks? It's not possible. Another Sai continued. How about this? Then he doubled the amount of clones shuriken barrage. All the Sais moved in different positions and threw 4 shuriken each at her. Hinata sighed. 8 trigrams rotation. As the dome of spinning chakra covered Hinata, all the shuriken bounced off. When she stopped, she caught all the shuriken. I think you dropped something. She started spinning again. 8 trigrams shuriken rotation. Hinata used her usual attack, but shuriken was sent flying out of it, hitting all the clones and the original on his forearm. Give up now. Never. I will never be Hokage if I give up so easily. Just you wait. Sai unsheathed his tanto and ran at her, lifting his blade up then slashing down. What he did not expect was Hinata to use the palm of her hand to hit the base of the tanto, knocking it from his grip. 8 trigrams 64 palms. When Hinata stopped her barrage of pokes to his chakra points, Sai fell to his knees coughing up blood. I would advise quitting to get medical attention. It is not over yet. Sai coughed then turned into smoke. Hinata looked around. A hand came through the ground, hitting Hinata in the chin as Sai stood up. Blood was dripping from his hands after all the digging. I think I win this match. Seeing Hinata lying on the ground. Do you really think I would go down after one punch? Hinata got up slowly, dusting herself off. And it is me who shall win. Win palm. Sai was sent fling in the air. He gritted his teeth seeing Hinata ready to attack again. See, can't move. Crap. Wind crusher. Hinata kicked Sai to the ground, cracking it. The instructor rushed in to stop the match. Hinata Hyuga wins. Medic team, please take Uzumaki to the infirmary. The medics took Sai away as Hinata walked back to the stage, looking at her father for a second before looking away. Final match of the first round, Gaara vs. Seiya. Uchiha both walked Seiya without a care in the world while Gaara had his I'm crazy face now begin. Both stared at each other until Gaara grabbed his head in pain. Kill. Seiya threw a shuriken at him, but the sand came up protecting him, then became a clone and threw the shuriken back. Seiya dodged in the air and backhanded the clone. As the sand tried to trap her arm, she destroyed the clone with her other hand. I have got to admit my brother is weaker than me, but he actually learned something good. She did some signs. You seen him do this technique, but let me show you how the master does it. Chidori. The sand went in front of Gaara to protect him, but she disappeared in a burst of speed, appearing behind him. Gaara looked behind him. She's as fast as that other one. Seiya jabbed her hand into Gaara's stomach, her hand appearing out his back. She quickly withdrew her hand as the sand turned into spears to protect him. When she was at a distance, the sand formed a sphere around him. Naruto looked with interest. Hey Kurama, you said Shikaka was the weakest of all the tailed beasts, right? Yeah, what about it? Well, can Shikaka heal something that big? No, she has no healing abilities, In her full-tailed beast mode she is completely sand, so like a sand castle breaks apart, just build it again. That makes no sense, someone's coming. Naruto looked around to see an old man in his 60s. The man was wearing a white kimono and a black robe covering his right side. He was using a walking stick and had bandages on his left eye. Naruto Senju, that was an impressive match you won. The man gave a half smile. Thank you, now cut the crap. What do you want with me, Lord Danzo? Danzo's smile turned into a frown he always wore. Let me guess, are you going to punish me for hurting your precious Uchiha? Well, go ahead, but I doubt you have any more punishments left. Oh, don't worry, I am not here to punish you. Well, not yet, he mumbled the last bit. It is quite the opposite actually. I want you to join my umbu. Naruto chuckled. Why would I go with you? After all, you caused most of treatment I got over the year. Now you must understand. It is not me that treats you, it is the civilians. Naruto turned back to the match, but was still listening. Now back to my offer. What is your answer? No, not yet. Anyway, I will never join your little group. Tell you what, Danzo's interest peaked. If you manage to keep the council off my back forever, I promise you I will join. It shall be done. I will contact you in a month. Danzo walked away grinning. You will be mine, precious Jinchuriki. Now I got the council off me. The first stage of the plan can begin. Naruto looked back to the match to see feathers falling. Genjutsu? Chapter end. Strange encounter. Genjutsu. Naruto looked down to see the Sand siblings jump away. Guess they're responsible for this, but I got to say this is perfect. Follow them. Now Naruto nodded before jumping after them. In the forest, Naruto was catching up to the siblings. He was now joined by Shino and Shikamaru. Someone has to slow down the enemy behind us. They are catching up fast, we will lose them if we all have to fight, Shino said, holding a bug on his finger. I will do it, Shikamaru stated, getting some surprised looks. It will be even more troubling for me to keep going forward. Not to mention I am the only one that can stop them in place by using my shadows. So you want to be the sacrifice? Well, I'm not one to question your judgment. I guess good luck with that. Naruto sped up, now nearly going twice the speed. Shikamaru, you know you will most likely die if you do this, so why? Shino sighed. Okay, let's hear your strategy. Well, from what I've seen, Naruto is the only one I can see that has over 70% guaranteed victory against Gaara. You will be able to beat that puppet master by using your bugs on the guy himself instead of the puppet. The fan user can be beaten by Sasuke, who is up ahead since he uses fire style. So much like you to make a plan like this, but I must catch up with Naruto now. Shino jumped ahead, leaving the lazy genius. A while later, after Shino had caught up with Naruto a second later, the blonde just dumped the weird-looking puppet master on him. Literally. Right now Sasuke was getting beat up by Gaara, who was in his mini-tailed beast form. Naruto was sitting on a branch watching the fight, and Temari was hiding from Gaara in case he tried to kill her. What's wrong, Sasuke? Uchiha, why won't you do anything? Stop hiding so I can kill you. Gaara looked around for the Uchiha who was hiding in fear. Sasuke was thinking it was impossible to defeat Gaara since he only seemed to grow stronger. Not to mention Sasuke had no more chakra for Chidori or any fire style. Why do you want to kill him, Shikaku? He is not even worth crap. Naruto dropped from his branch in front of Gaara only a few meters away. Wouldn't I be more interesting to kill? Gaara took one step before falling to his knees and crying in pain as the sand surrounded him. When the sand died down, a massive gray raccoon-like creature with black markings all over its body and golden eyes that had a cross for a pupil. Naruto, get some help. Naruto went through some hand signs before slamming his hand on the ground. Summoning jutsu. As the smoke from the summon disappeared, a giant fox with 7 tails yawned, obviously not very excited about being summoned. What did you want, Naruto? Do you need to learn how to mate with Mistress Kurama? Shut up, you are only jealous she's in me, not you. Naruto patted his stomach where the seal was. It's the guy that's meant to be in the girl, you blonde retard. The fox shut its giant mouth seeing the stare he was getting. Meanwhile Kurama laughing madly in a pool of blood that came from her nose by thinking about mating with Naruto. Now Kuya, be a good boy and fight Shikaku like you're meant to. Kuya grunted in agreement, so he could sleep sooner. Gaara as well was have a conversation with Shikaku, or Mother as he called her, but unlike the fox group they were talking about something relevant to the fight in front of them. Mother, don't you want to be free? You can kill everyone at once. No, I will not go out there to face someone like him. He has the eyes of my mother. But you are invincible, Mother. You are the strongest ever. No, I'm not. Now fight. They're coming. Gaara came out of his mindscape only for his sand to block the incoming claw strike. So Kuya, any ideas on how to stop the massive sand castle? Naruto stood on his head keeping his eyes on Shikaku. What, you never had plans to beat Shikaku? What kind of idiot are you? Kuya sighed annoyed. Fine, beat up the redhead Jinchuriki. And how are you going to get close to him since he is kind of on Shikaku's nose? I know you have tails, but I don't think you qualify for the title of tailed beast. Naruto rubbed his temples. Just get close, I will think of something. Kuya ran towards Shikaku, blowing huge fireballs at her as Shikaku was countering with wind bullets. Usually useless against fire, but the wind was far stronger, making the attack equal. When Kuya was close enough, he jumped above Shikaku, avoiding a sand arm at the same time. He landed skidding to a halt. Naruto, have you thought of a plan yet? Silence, Naruto? What, where did you go? Kuya was practically jumping looking for the blonde, looking on the ground and touching his back just in case. I'm over here, fur ball, Naruto shouted from what appeared to be Shikaku's head. Kuya stopped comically on one paw staring. You lit fuck. Kuya had fallen on his back since he lost balance. Fuck this, I am out of here. He went in a puff of smoke. Naruto's sweat dropped before getting back to his fight. Currently Gaara had caught Naruto's hands in sand and the two were just staring at each other. Kurama, you ready for this? Well, it is about time. Let's get this over with. Naruto became covered in Kurama's chakra and the sand on his arms melted off like butter. Naruto lifted Gaara's shirt, and used his other hand to grab his seal which was currently visible on his stomach. Naruto's eyes glowed and the tomos span at high speeds. Scene change. Naruto and Gaara stood in front of each other not moving an inch. The same was said to Kurama and Shikaku who were also still. Naruto was the first one to break the silence. Shikaku, I will be taking you. Oh hell no, I will not share a cage with anyone. Shikaku fired a wind bullet at him. Naruto clicked his fingers and the wind bullet was destroyed. I am in control of this mindscape no matter how powerful you are. To me you are an insect. Naruto closed his eyes. Look, you don't have to share a cage. You don't actually have to be in a cage at all. You see, Kurama isn't. Shikaku raised an eyebrow. What's the catch? You want something, don't you? No, I want nothing but for you to be a good girl and not try to break out. For reasons that are annoying such as you can't escape because of these. Naruto pointed to his eyes. And I have to waste my time on your pointless effort. Gaara not liking being ignored. Mother kill them. He got no response so his sand gourd went to sand and went to kill the blonde but the sand was stopped by Shikaku's tail. Don't worry, you won't be in his crazy body anymore. I can understand if he is annoying. Naruto did a tiger hand sign and Gaara disappeared. Then now you have no connection to him and he is gone. Shikaku rubbed her head sheepishly. Well, actually I may have made him a bit mad with my chakra. Kurama slapped her face. Why would you make your container so annoying to live in? She just shrugged her shoulders. I sleep a lot. Now this feels awkward being so much taller than both of you. Shikaku puffed into smoke going into her human form. Her human form was around the same height as Kurama. She had shoulder-length sand-colored hair, gray eyes. She wore well nothing. Naruto was lucky enough not to go flying back with a nosebleed but there was still blood. Sorry about my clothes, this is the first time I transformed in front of guys let alone well something. She laughed sheepishly. Hands covered his eyes. Don't look at her, Naruto. Look at me, Kurama shouted annoyed. Really, Kurama, are you still annoyed at me? Naruto managed to get away from Kurama and stared at Shikaku with a questionable look. Oh, you want to know why she is annoyed at me? It's simple really. Kurama believes about the more tails a tailed beast has the stronger they are. She got an understanding nod. And well, I beat her in a contest of size before. Naruto could ask why much bigger aren't they? She held her breasts up like a prize. Yours are only big, mine are all about the feeling. See, they are so soft. The two butted heads arguing about who was better. Alright, Naruto, who has the better body? It's me, right? Both stood over him and in that moment his control over the mindscape. I'm not sure. Both demons looked at each other before putting him in the middle of them and rubbing against him. Who's better than? Both kept rubbing. Now normally any guy would be happy in that situation, but they were literally killing him by the amount of power they were using to rub him. Luckily he survived or this story would be over. Outside world. All the time in the mindscape had only lasted a second in the real world. Naruto looked around to see Shikaku crumble into sand as Gaara did not have Shikaku anymore. After the long fall down, Naruto got up shaky due to the fall and the sudden surge in power. Gaara on the other hand was panting like his life depended on it. You really are lucky it was me that took your tailed beast away because I know the only pant way to take them from you and let you live. Naruto fell back expecting to hit the hard ground. He closed his eyes but to his surprise he was caught. He opened his eyes recognizing the blonde Temari. You were still here. What you said a moment ago, was it true? Did you really take the demon out of him? Naruto nodded. Temari let her tears roll down her face. Thank you. Why, you made my brother normal. He won't be treated badly in the village again. She kept on rambling on until Naruto put a finger on her mouth. Temari, don't tell anyone else what I am going to say. Time skip. Naruto was standing in front of the council with no Hokage present since he was injured during his fight with Orochimaru. The old man was lucky to survive, but with his injuries he might only be able to survive for a month because not even Tsunade could save him. Naruto Senju, do you know why we have brought you here? Hayashi shouted out. Let me guess, there's no Hokage, so did you want me to take the old man's hat and sit in his seat? Naruto replied, getting lots of stares especially from a middle-aged woman with pink hair. Nice try, demon. Like we will ever let you become Hokage, you piece of crap, the woman screamed at him, getting some nods of approval and some sighs of disappointment. Naruto laughed loudly, raising some eyebrows. You call me a demon because of Kyuubi, and you can't kill me unless you want to deal with the giant fox, but you tried to kill me anyway. Naruto smirked. Since you treat me the way you do, I was wondering why I should follow this village's rules. The people that hated Naruto were gritting their teeth in anger, and the people who held nothing against him were worried but were not surprised if Naruto had lost a bit of his sanity. You know I can make you die today. You can't beat Umbu Demon. Shut up, all of you. Back to the reason why we summoned you here, Naruto. Some of the council want to punish you for attacking the last loyal Uchiha. Danzo spoke up, his face not changing from his very depressing face. What about Shea Uchiha? She is still loyal and very much Uchiha, Naruto replied. It does not matter, we will now give our verdict. Wait, I have an objection. Civilians have no right to meddle in shinobi affairs. The civilians were screaming insults and trying to remain in the vote. Fine, now if there are no more interruptions, may we end this trial. Everyone settled down, even the civilians. Guilty, guilty, innocent, guilty, innocent, 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 guilty, 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 innocent, guilty, innocent. All 13 clans gave their answer. The civilians smiled knowing Danzo was left. Naruto and the Warhawk meet each other's gaze. Innocent. This brought shock to everyone, even the other elders. Danzo looked at them. Although stubborn, they never crossed Danzo and said, Innocent. Since I am free to go, I will be leaving now. Naruto calmly walked out, followed by Tsunade, while Danzo had to explain to the other two elders his plan in private. Chapter End. Rivals. It was the day after Naruto's trial, and he was calmly relaxing on a tree branch, letting out a few quite perverted giggles. The reason for this was this tree was next to the hot spring, or to be more accurate, the naked women bathing in the water. In secret, a personal hobby and interest he shared with the Toad Sage. God, I love these eyes. I can copy this beautiful sight forever. Naruto wiped a little bit of blood from under his nose. Naruto Senju, what are you doing on this youthful day? A new training exercise. He fell off his branch at the loud noise, which was Rock Lee in his nice guy pose with a thumbs up. Unfortunately for Naruto, he fell right into the hot springs. Naruto stood up in the water, rubbing his ears. What the hell was that? He shrugged his shoulders before he heard a high-pitched scream. He turned his head to see women in towels hiding their bodies, and some of them glaring, cracking their knuckles. Oh fuck. Naruto. He looked over to see Shea walk right up to him. You are dead, he gulped. She threw a punch at him, but he dodged, then pushed her away, accidentally touching the wrong area when he pushed her. Backing away from the mob of angry women, he started begging, please, it was just an accident, it was Jiraiya. Yeah, that's right, he threw me in here so you would not blame him. They all had blank stares. Thinking he had won, he grinned internally. Nice lie, but Jiraiya has left the village about a week ago, so unless he threw you a huge distance it would be impossible. Naruto turned to the voice and ended up face first in her breast. Since you are my son, I don't mind you seeing me naked, but no way in hell am I going to let you become a pervert. Naruto took a step back only to receive a punch under his jaw, sending him flying into the sky. It's okay, Hinata, he is gone now. Hinata appeared from behind Tsunade with a red face. Somewhere in the forest. About 2 hours later, Naruto managed to get up after his fall and stretch before starting to walk. Your youth is amazing, Naruto Senju. It's you that made me fall off that branch into the hot springs. His eyebrow twitched. Lee bowed. I am sorry for disturbing your youth training, but I wanted to ask a favor. Naruto kept his eyes fixed on Lee. May we fight with our youth? Well, you did kind of piss me off by shouting at my hiding place, so yes, I will fight you. Lee got into his taijutsu stance, but tomorrow. It's too late to fight now. Meet me at training ground 43 at 9 sharp. Naruto left using a shunshin, leaving Lee standing there. Next day, Team 8 and 10 are standing watching the two fighters. Due to Naruto's peeping, he had no supporters except Guy, who cheered for both to release their inner youth. Lee, I know this is a spar, but if you are using your weights during our fight, I will not fight you. Lee nodded, then kneeled to take off his weights, and now I will do the same. Naruto released his gravity seals, so how about we get started? Lee put one hand behind his back and his other hand in front of him. Naruto stood side on to Lee with one arm outstretched, looking like Naruto was pointing at him, but his knuckles were clenched. Guy went in the middle of them. Start. Guy jumped back to the teams to avoid getting hit. Lee was the first to move by running towards the blonde, hopping to surprise him with a punch, but was deflected by Naruto's outstretched hand, then tried to kick Naruto, but the blonde raised his other hand to block the foot. You're slow. Naruto grabbed Lee's leg and knocked him on the ground, then punched Lee into the ground. Incredible, such strength without opening any gates. Lee clenched his knuckles. First gate open, both used their speed to vanish and appear, punching each other's fists, creating a shockwave. Need to use the gates so soon? Oh well, at least it will be interesting. Naruto smirked as he copied Lee's moves to block and attack. Amazing, Tsunade, how did you do it? Guy had a look of confusion. How can he match Lee using the first gate just by using taijutsu? What did you teach him? Well, it is quite simple really. I just taught him the basic stuff like physical training to improve his speed and strength. Tsunade smiled. His taijutsu style is not something I know well about, but he said something like combining the interceptor fist and gentle fist styles. Hinata and Shea were sort of proud of themselves since he was using their fighting styles. Naruto backed off from Lee to let the eyebrow ninja get up. Do you want to continue or do you want to still fight? We will fight until our flames of youth burns out. Third gate open. Lee started to go red and his veins bulged. Take this. Lee appeared behind Naruto, punching him to the ground. But Naruto turned into mud and cracked. Earth style. Earth Dragon Jutsu. Water style. Water Dragon Jutsu. The real Naruto behind Lee made two dragons. The Water Dragon merged with the Earth Dragon, which looked like the Earth Dragon had armor made of water. How will you deal with my little combo? Then the dragon roared before charging at Lee. Lee used a leaf hurricane against the dragon's head, but only the water got blow away and Lee got ahead but from the dragon, sending him back. Naruto smirked as the water once again covered the dragon. It's useless. I will not lose. See my youth burn. Fourth gate open. Fifth gate open. The ground around Lee seemed to crack and his face seemed to go even redder, if that was possible. Crap. Lee appeared under Naruto, kicking his chin. As Naruto was in the air, Lee started kicking him around like a pinball. Sixth gate open. When did he learn the sixth gate? His limit was 5 gates at the exams. Naruto sighed. I don't really want to show this off, but it is better than getting my ass kicked. Wood style. Wood dome jutsu. Wood from the ground rose from the ground and surrounded Naruto just in time to block a punch from Lee. Even though the wood broke, Naruto never got hurt. However, Lee fell to the ground. Since his muscles hurt too much, I guess I win. Guy declared Naruto the winner and went to check on Lee. As Naruto was going to walk away, Neji stopped him. Look, after Lady Hinata. He raised an eyebrow. Now Neji, I thought after that fights with Hinata you would have learned your lesson to never underestimate Hinata. Naruto started to walk away, but he was stopped again by Tsunade holding him by his ear. This hurts, you know. She rolled her eyes and dragged the younger blonde into the forest, followed by Shea and Hinata. 2 weeks later. Over the 2 weeks, Shea has learned how to use Tsukuyomi in her left eye and is working on her Susanoo, which only her team know. Hinata has been learning medical ninjutsu under Tsunade, and thanks to her amazing Hyuga chakra control she is already high Chunin level. Naruto has been learning how to use his eyes at full power and learning some wood-style jutsu from a scroll from his great-grandfather, but unfortunately he has been pestered by the springtime of youth. Currently Danzo is the Hokage, as the old man had kicked the bucket. Something Naruto is happy about, since he won't have to uphold his deal with Danzo, since he is already working for Danzo as the leaf, or so he thought. Naruto Senju, please come with us. 3 Umbu wearing plain masks with no real shape showing they were root agents jumped from the tree in front of Naruto. And why would I go with you? Naruto's expression never changed from his bored look. The middle Umbu stepped forward showing he was the leader. Lord Danzo has requested you so you may begin your training to become a root agent. Naruto nodded. Well, show me the way. Is it the Hokage Tower or your root base? The 3 turned to lead the blonde to Danzo but failed to realize the smirk on Naruto's face. The leader turned quickly to the sound of a scream. He noticed his comrades on the ground with a kunai deep in each of their backs where the heart is located. The Umbu unsheathed his tanto. After this betrayal of Danzo, I would kill you, but I suspect that would cause trouble, so I will drag your broken body to him. Naruto rolled up his sleeves showing 2 seals. He put his hands on the seals to release them and the ground below him cracked. It is useless to try and stop me. The Umbu froze, feeling the chakra, and was choking on the pressure. Well, it seems you do not have to be Umbu level to be an Umbu. Just as long as you are a part of root. He raised his hand. Universal pull. The Umbu slid forward, taking a step back before Naruto increased the pull, making the Umbu fly through the air. Naruto raised his other hand, then a black sword which looked like a rod materialized from it. The Umbu was stabbed through the gut, killing the log he substituted for. Where did you go? He looked around, seeing the Umbu's chakra going towards the village. Damn, that was boring, but he is going to tell Danzo, and I can't really catch up with him. Now he jumped away in the opposite direction. Meanwhile, Team 8, 7 and 10 along with Kurenai, Niji and Lee were walking to their training grounds, chatting on what they were going to do after training, but were stopped by a large chakra rise in a forest next to training ground 43. What was that? Sai asked, confused, not knowing what he was feeling. Lee nodded in agreement. It's chakra. A whole lot of chakra. Kurenai squinted her eyes trying to see anyone close but failed. Wait, no, it couldn't be. Could it? Tsunade, is it? Tsunade nodded. Yeah, it's Naruto's chakra. Everyone was open-mouthed about how a genin could have that much chakra, but why would he release so much chakra? Her question was answered a second later, seeing a root Umbu running away from Naruto's direction. We have to see what's happening, even though it is troublesome, Shikamaru said in his rarely serious faces. Everyone nodded, and Hinata and Niji activated their Byakugan while Seiya and Sasuke activated their Sharingan. A minute later the group came across 2 dead bodies that had been killed recently and a leaf headband left on the ground a meter away from the bodies. Why? Everyone looked over to see Sai picking up the headband. Why go? I can still see Naruto far in the distance. Niji spoke up. Follow me. He jumped to the trees and everyone followed. With Naruto, he had one hand on his mouth while walking slowly. Naruto coughed again and blood landed on his hand, then dripped to the ground. Shikaka, how long is it going to take for you to be perfectly in the seal along with Kurama? Just a minute or 2, and sorry for the pain, but if you want my help this needs to happen. She had her head down, feeling sorry for herself. Naruto made it to a clearing in the forest and fell on his knees, coughing up more blood. Naruto, hurry, I can feel someone behind us. It seems your friends are coming. Kurama stretched from her sleeping position. Fuck, can't they leave me alone for once? Naruto got up again and started to run, but a tree rose from the ground, catching his whole body with only his head showing. Now that's not very nice. He broke the genjutsu and looked behind him to see the 3 teams with the extra people. Sorry about that, but it was the only way to stop your movements without hurting you. Kurenai apologized. Naruto Sai shouted, where are you going? Did you get lost going back to the village? Naruto chuckled, stop with the act. I know you want to bring me to the leaf and try to make Danzo forget about me killing 2 of his Umbu. A wolf with 10 tails and the same eyes appeared over him. But no, my hatred is far greater than your love for Ramen Uzumaki. But Naruto, don't you love me, and aren't all of us your friends? Ino and Sakura said at the same time. Naruto shook his head. I don't love fangirls, I hate them. Naruto sighed. To be honest, they are only a few out of you I like and the rest I hate. Out of you I like my team, Lee, depending on how much he talks about youth. Choji and Shikamaru, you 2 were my friends in the academy, but we don't have anything in common. He took a long breath. Kurenai, I don't really know you, but since you are a good friend of Tsunade, I suppose you can't be that bad, and the rest of you I hate, so you see I only like 4 or 5 of you. You are wrong with everything except the annoying fangirls. We are your friends, Sasuke added in. I am not going to give a sob story about my life. It is either kill me or let me go, and if you just knock me out and bring me back I won't stop trying to leave. Naruto stared coldly and caught his headband Sai threw at him. Put it on. Naruto raised an eyebrow. I will make you see we are all your friends, and you will put that headband on to prove you are a leaf shinobi. Naruto looked down at the headband on his hand. Thanks, Sai. He clenched his hand and broke the metal part of the headband. Whoops, I guess I am no longer a leaf shinobi. He dropped the broken headband on the ground. And Naruto, I don't know what you have planned, but can I come with you because I love why you? Hinata began her stuttering after weeks of learning not to. Naruto was going to answer, but Seiya shouted out, hey Hinata, what are you doing? I was going to go with him on a romantic journey with him, just the 2 of us. Everyone's sweat dropped while the 2 girls walked to either side of Naruto. To be honest, I was going to leave the village when the rest of my family and Dan died in the war, and now I guess this is my chance. Tsunade sighed, and if on time a puff of smoke appeared showing the legendary pervert toad sage. Tsunade, do you really want to leave the village over a reason like that, or is it something else? Before she could answer he interrupted her. There is no reason you should follow your son, you are the mother, and he is young. It's your job to put him on a good path in life, but you encourage him on the wrong path. Tsunade looked down, unable to answer. Naruto coughed. Jiraiya correct. The toad sage turned his head to the blonde. May I ask, who are you to decide if someone is going down the wrong path? You are not a god or anyone special. You are just a perverted old man who wasted his life, so do not question anyone else's choices. Don't insult pervy. Sage Sai made a clone which moved his hands above the real Sai's palm, and a blue ball appeared. Rasengan. Chidori. Lightning gathered in Sasuke's hand, and both Sai and Sasuke charged at Naruto. Whose side you two never learned, do you? Naruto caught their wrists but skidded back at the power behind the charge. The Sai clone had thrown his kunai at Naruto's head, and it made collision. His head went back, then back to normal. Many eyes went wide as Naruto had caught the kunai between his teeth, and blood dripped out at the corners of his mouth. Naruto threw the duo back only to dodge a chakra blade but got a small cut on the cheek. You are mine, Senju. After what you did to me at the exams. Asuma had a frown on his face. Naruto lost all expressions as well as his and his team's movement. They all looked down to see a shadow stretching from all the way behind them. You have improved, Shikamaru. To get Tsunade as well in your shadow must have used a lot of brain power to pull that off, but Naruto clapped. You must have physical strength to hold the shadows, and mine is far greater than yours. All it does is slow me down a bit. Naruto bit his thumb, and Jiraiya and Tsunade did the same before slamming their hands on the ground, removing the shadows. Summoning jutsu. 3 puffs of smoke appeared, 1 toad, 1 slug and 1 fox. For a second everyone went pale seeing the fox, thinking it was Kyuubi, but was reassured by the Jonin who saw the number of tails. Well, I am sorry I have to do this, Tsunade, but you must stay in the village even if by force. Bunta oiled the massive toad shot oil and Jiraiya shot fire. Sage Arc Toad Flame Stream. Your fire is nothing to me. Kitsune are not just good in fox fire, but we are also immune to fire. Kuya used his tails to block the stream of fire. Kitsune Fire, Flame Bomb. Kuya created a ball of fire above his mouth and fired it at the toad, but was blocked by a water bullet which created a lot of steam covering everyone there and some of the surrounding forests. Team 8 appeared on the ground except Tsunade as she was fighting Jiraiya. Shea activated her EMS. Naruto went into one tail state and Hinata's Byakugan intensified enough to see the pupil. Then the 3 split up. Naruto going with Kurenai, Asuma and Shikamaru. Shea went with Sasuke. Sai and Rock Lee and Hinata went with the rest except Sakura and Ino, who were too scared to fight. With Shea, how could you, a failure in our clan, achieve those eyes before me? Sasuke scowled, clearly annoyed. Answer me, I am the head of the Uchiha clan. She gave an Uchiha smirk. Are you saying that you are better than me just because the council said you were head of the clan? An orange skeletal form appeared covering her, then skin appeared on it. Now before you say you are better, try beating my Susanoo. Susanoo punched the ground where Sasuke was, but he dodged it barely. Fire style. Fireball Jutsu. Sasuke blew a fireball, doing nothing to Susanoo. Shadow Clone Jutsu. Tensei's charged at Shea only for Susanoo to swing his hand, destroying all clones, and Sai was sent flying to be caught by Niji. We have to form a plan. Sasuke and Sai nodded. With Hinata. Hinata was gracefully dodging attacks from Choji and hitting his chakra points, leaving only 10 more to close, while Tenten threw weapon after weapon but to no avail as Hinata just hit them away. 8 trigrams 64 palms. Hinata ran past Choji and hit Tenten, who couldn't dodge because of her low taijutsu speed, closing all of her chakra points. Expansion Jutsu. Take this. Choji sent his fist at Hinata, who once again dodged it and hit his chest with her fingertips. It's over, he coughed up blood. I hit the last of your chakra points and I have hit your lungs. You might die or live. I don't know, but I know you can't fight anymore. With Naruto. You know you could let us go without any trouble. Naruto dodged another chakra blade and getting another cut on the cheek. Like we will let you go, demon. I let you be before, but after you put me under genjutsu and embarrassed me, I decided I will kill you. Asuma spat out, come on Kurenai. Naruto made eye contact with Kurenai. I want to know, Kurenai, are you like him? Delusional with your hate that you blame me instead? Do you hate me for who I am? And no, I don't hate you, Kurenai stuttered at Naruto, when he gave a light smile at her answer. Then do you hate people that attack me for a reason like Kyuubi? He narrowed his eyes. She gave a quick answer. No, I actually hate people like that. To be honest, you seem like a nice boy who got misjudged. Hey Kurama, can you sense she is lying? She has no negative emotions against you, so the chance she is lying to you is very small. I don't do this often, but Kurenai, I will give you a one-time offer. Join me and go to somewhere where everyone is equal and they do not judge you for something that can't be helped. Naruto put his hand forward so she could take it or stay with the leaf. That will use you, then throw you away when they are done, but I understand if you want to stay there. Asuma gritted his teeth. Do you actually think Kurenai would go with you, scum? Kurenai looked down before looking at him straight in the eye. I will go with you because I believe there will be some good in the world, but I still will not harm my friends, okay? Asuma looked shocked to see his crush go with the demon. Your choice, Naruto whistled, and Team 8 plus Kurenai landed behind him. Let's end this. He threw 3 smoke bombs on the floor for cover. In the smoke, wood came out of Naruto's back and gentle touched his team. Don't worry, this is all part of the plan. The wood that came out of his back fell to the ground and started changing into replicas of the girls and one of Naruto. These clones will cover our escape. Hey, we can make clones too, Shea huffed. The rest nodded at the statement. First off, we have to go before the smoke goes. They all jumped into the trees to leave and the clones went into battle. Now I can explain myself. Those were not ordinary clones. They were wood style and they are better than most clones, since to dispel them you need to kill them. And how did you make clones of us? Hinata asked. Wood style absorbs chakra, so I used your chakra to make them simple. However, I have not completed the jutsu because it lasts for 5 minutes only, but for now let's just get the hell out of here, Naruto ordered as Team Naruto fled the Leaf Village. Chapter end. Not here either. The door slammed shut and the person ran down the corridor, opening other doors. No one here. Another person responded, doing the same as the first. The group stopped when they heard an explosion, then ran towards it. As the group reached where the explosion happened, the corridor had been destroyed and daylight reached them. The group revealed to be Team 7, who were currently looking up at an overshadowing figure that was standing above the rubble. Sai had grown much taller from the 3 years that had passed, from the smallest in his year to no one of the tallest. He wore orange umbu pants, a dark orange top that never covered his abs, ordinary ninja sandals, and had a tanto on his back. Sakura had not grown much at all in more ways than one, making her the smallest on the team. She wore a dark red vest, black shorts with her kunai holder just below, black gloves and ordinary ninja sandals. Sasuke was now average height with his Sharingan active, having 3 tomos spin slowly. He wore an ordinary Konoha outfit, except instead of the green vest he wore umbu armor with the wrist guards, and now he had a katana on his waist for easy unsheathing. Kakashi was exactly the same as 3 years ago, but there was a 5th man with them. The man wore the Konoha outfit and had a face guard that had the Konoha symbol instead of a headband. He had brown hair and no eyebrows. My, have you come all this way to see me? That makes me so happy, Naruto said sarcastically. Naruto's hair was now tied up at the back. Like Itachi, he wore a cloak similar to the Akatsuki, but his was an ocean blue color with no clouds, black umbu pants, ninja sandals. But it seems it is time for you to die. He put his hands together. Wood style, wood constriction jutsu. Sasuke, Kakashi and the other man managed to avoid the wood that came from the ground, but Sai and Sakura got caught. Kakashi, Sasuke, I've got them, take care of Naruto. The man used the same sign as Naruto, and the wood slowly let Sai and Sakura go, while Sasuke and Kakashi jumped to Naruto in hopes of knocking him out, but had to dodge a chakra wave. It's not fair if you do all the fighting. Naruto. Hinata walked behind him, smiling at him, but scowling when looking at Team 7. Hinata is now nearly the same height as Naruto and her hair has grown out. She wore a white battle kimono that was tight on her body but baggy on the sleeves. She had bandages covering her breasts to protect her modesty, and to stop them bouncing so much when she fights. She wore normal ninja pants and sandals. You could have at least told us where you had gone. At seeing Hinata, Sakura felt her soul being destroyed, or more specifically her chest. Hinata saw Sakura speechless and followed her gaze, then started teasing her. Oh, what's wrong, Sakura? Still a fangirl with no boyfriend? What a shame. She put her arms under her chest, pushing them up on purpose. Sorry, Sakura, but men like bigger chests compared to washboards. Isn't that right, Naruto? She looked over to him seductively. He just looked at Hinata. If you're asking me whose breasts I like better out of the two of you, well, it's obvious, isn't it? He pointed at Sakura. She doesn't even have a pair of breasts yet. Sakura was now getting pissed at them and jumped at Naruto, then tried to punch him. He raised his hand and caught her punch, but to his surprise she managed to push him back a small bit. You're not the only one that learned the chakra fist technique, Naruto. Sakura punched again, hitting him in the face, but he didn't look interested. I am not a weak fangirl anymore. That may be so, but the technique you used is useless against a master of the technique, although it is understandable since you probably learned it from a scroll. Correct? He punched her away, making a crater in the ground. People like you should just die. Naruto took out a shuriken and blew on it, making wines surround it, then threw it at Sakura. Wood style, wood prison jutsu, would trap Sakura's feet, locking her in place. She closed her eyes waiting to get hit, but when it never came she opened her eyes to see Sai managing to block the shuriken with his tanto and wind release. You okay, Sakura? And don't worry, Sakura, I like your chest the way it is, Sai said, ruining the moment. Sasuke ran behind Naruto, stabbing him in the shoulder with a chidori. Enough is enough, Naruto. You and the rest of your team is coming back to the leaf with us now. Oh, am I now? Are you sure about that? Hinata jumped away as Naruto turned to wood with paper bombs covering him. The bombs exploded, but Sasuke managed to avoid most of the damage, but had a little burn on his arm that used chidori. Sorry to cut this meeting short, but I guess I have to be going now or mother would be very angry. Oh no, you don't. You are not going anywhere except your home in the Leaf Village. Sai had moved to block their path, even if I have to break every bone in your body. Hinata, you can have your fun now. She nodded and charged at him in speeds only the Sharingan, and above could see, then hit him in the chest. Nothing happened for a second, then Sai fell over unable to move. Let's go, Naruto. Both jumped away, leaving the group and Sai, who was constantly coughing up blood. After Naruto and Hinata left, Team 7 had no choice but to retreat since Sai and Sasuke needed medical treatment, and there was no way Kakashi and the man known as Yamato could beat all of Team 8 and Kurenai at the same time. No, we can't give up now, we're so close. This is the first time we've seen them in 3 years. Shut up, Sai. You got easily beaten by the supposedly weakest member of the team. Do you really think we can beat them without most of us dying, you dope? Sasuke crossed his arms while gritting his teeth, thinking to himself that he is weak. Sai was about to respond when Kakashi spoke up. Sasuke is right, Sai. It looks like we would need more than one team to take them down, or even a team for every member, and with the threats against the village we can't do it. He put his hand on Sai's shoulder. Don't worry, we will get them back eventually. Yeah, all the rest of Rookie 9 and Team Guy will help us get them back. Sai grinned, making everyone else smile. In Naruto's mindscape, Naruto was comically running from a redhead called Kushina for hurting her son as she was swinging her sword left and right. Flashback 2 months ago. Naruto was currently learning how to control demon chakra in its advanced form. Okay Naruto, to learn the next stage you need to completely unlock the seal. By doing this I can send more chakra a lot faster and easier. And how do I do that exactly? Kurama gave a nervous chuckle. See the paper seal over there next to the pipes that carry chakra. Take it off, but be careful. I know there is a failsafe in case it gets taken off by mistake, so be careful. Naruto casually walked over to the seal and the water lifted him up off the ground and off it goes. He grabbed the seal, but before he could, 2 figures stopped him and carried him to the ground. What the hell, how can there be others here? Don't worry, we are not here to hurt you. We just saved you. A man with blonde spiky hair wearing a Konoha shinobi outfit with a white coat with 4th Hokage on the back. Yeah, we saved you. Where's our thanks? You know, Kushina replied childishly. Naruto sighed. So you stopped me from freeing Kurama from her cage completely, he hummed, but we are like best friends. She said we could chase rabbits and stuff. He acted innocently. Sure, but can I ask you a question? He nodded at Kushina. Are you retarded or something? Why would you trust a demon fox? Kurama growled. Hey, I am very trustworthy. Now could both of you just leave? They started throwing insult after insult, while Minato's sweat dropped, and just watched, not getting involved or face a woman's fury. None of them even noticing that Naruto just walked over to the seal and ripped it off, then walked back beside Minato. I was just wondering, 4th, how you survived as long as you did with a wife like that. I just don't know how it is possible, Naruto questioned. Minato gave a thumb up. Well, let's just say I had a gift of escaping an angry woman. He grinned. Are you asking me this because you have a girl you like that has the same temper as Kushina? Don't worry, I will help in any way I can. Naruto quickly thought of a lie. Well, it's kind of awkward, but you know how the Senju clan is said to be elite? Minato nodded. Since I was, well, one of the only male future heads. All the other clans are putting pressure on their daughters to get me, and well, some of the girls have gone too far with it by tying me up and doing stuff. Minato gave him a hug with tears going down his face. Don't worry, you are just too young to understand how lucky you are. Kushina and Kurama were almost crying until Naruto's hand found its way into his chest. Kushina was in shock and Kurama was giving a sadistic laugh. Why? Naruto backed off from the former Hokage. Sorry, but it seems Hokages can make mistakes. You asked the 3rd to announce I was a Jinchuriki in front of villagers that don't understand, so think I'm a demon. Also for that I am thankful because I can see the world as it truly is. With that, Minato faded from the mindscape. You bastard! Kushina rushed at him, unsealing a sword. He clicked his fingers and she fell on the ground in pain. What did you do? Simple, really. This is my mindscape and you are a foreign object I can easily get rid of, but to be honest I will only destroy you when I kill your son. Until then make yourself comfortable. Naruto made a crazy laugh when she screamed as he increased her pain. Flashback end. Naruto had left his mindscape to avoid Kushina and he would never forget the anger of a mother from hurting her son. Naruto opened his eyes to see Tsunade, Seiya and Hinata asleep while Kurenai was keeping watch. Tsunade and Kurenai had not changed a bit, except Kurenai is more trusting. Seiya on the other hand had grown hair similar to Kurenai and breasts the same as Hinata since both have been on the miracle diet Tsunade told them about. She wore a band around her breasts with the Uchiha clan symbol on the back that exposed her stomach and shoulders, wrist guards, shorts with bandages and average ninja sandals. Naruto sighed in defeat as when he was trying to escape Kushina's wrath the girls had made themselves comfy. Tsunade was on his right, Hinata on his left, and Seiya on top. Naruto tried to get them off him but heard moaning. He looked at Hinata and saw his whole arm was in her kimono, then paled. How the fuck did I not notice? He looked to the right. Well, at least she doesn't have my arm in there. He then looked to see Seiya if she was doing anything, but she was lying normally. Okay, this is too much for one guy to handle. Seriously, these girls are going to drive me crazy. Chapter end. It has been a week since Team Kakashi has attacked Naruto and Hinata. Now Team Kakashi and Team Azuma are heading to the Sand Village on a rescue mission for the Kazekage Gaara. Are we there yet? Sai complained while wiping his head for sweat. I agree completely, all this traveling in the desert is such a drag. Shikamaru sighed. Will you two lazy asses shut up? It will only be a minute or two before we get there, Sakura shouted at them. Ino frowned. Sakura is right for once. Look, the village is in the distance, she growled, earning some grunts from the two. Sakura, Ino, you are more annoying than them, so shut up, Sasuke said, not even looking in their direction, successfully shutting them up. Sand Village. The group was looking over Kankuro, who was currently in a hospital bed poisoned. Sakura and Ino were trying their hardest to find a cure through medical ninjutsu. You know what happens in canon. Now Team 7, 10 and Temari were following Pakken, a ninja dog summoned from Kakashi to find Gaara. Watch out, Sasuke shouted, making everyone jump back in time to avoid an explosion. Sorry about this, but we can't have you interrupting right now, a female voice called out. Azuma brought out his trench knives. Who are you and what is your purpose? He spat out his cigarette. I will not ask again. As the dust from the explosion cleared, giving everyone a clear view of the mystery people, the first person had long blonde hair with a large bust. The second had long black hair and wore a red and white combat dress. The third had similar hair to the second and wore a skimpy but not revealing outfit. Kurenai, is that you? Please come back to me. And the leaf, Asuma pleaded, don't let the demon confuse you. The leaf is your home. She huffed, I don't care whether you want me back or not, but never call Naruto a demon again. If anything, he treated me better than you did. Why defend the demon? It should have died years ago, Asuma shouted at her, getting disapproving shakes of heads from both sides. Meanwhile, Sasuke and Seiya were staring at each other. Their Sharingan active, so how is it being head of the clan? Sasuke. Must be fun, I suppose. Oh, does little Sasuke not want to talk to his big sister? Does someone need a hug? She sighed. You really don't like talking, do you? At least say a word, anything? I miss you." He turned his head to the side to hide his face. "Can why you come back with me?" All of a sudden everyone who heard or saw the Uchiha burst out laughing, even some random people around the world burst out laughing, not even knowing why they are laughing. "Ah, poor little Sasuke needs his big sis. Do you need big bro Naruto as well?" "Big bro Naruto? Don't tell me you two are." She nodded. "No, please don't tell me you two have done that." She smirked, making Sasuke's soul rise out of his mouth. "I will kill him," his soul declared, then entered his mouth again. With Tsunade, she was currently standing cross-armed, not giving a care in the world. "Hey, aren't you Naruto's mum?" Sai squinted his eyes, then was given a small hit on the head by Sakura. "Of course she is, don't you know, idiot? She was the last senju until Naruto was born." Sakura frowned, not to mention she could have been the 5th Hokage if she never left. After all, she is Tsunade of the legendary Sannin. "You mean like pervy sage?" Sai asked. Tsunade rolled her eyes. "I do not want to be compared to that pervert, or the snake, but it doesn't matter. I think it is time to stop you." Sakura jumped above Tsunade and brought her fist down with her usual cha. "Did you really think a technique I created would work against me? It's a shame that you showed potential, but only Senju can master this technique." Tsunade had blocked Sakura's fist with her index finger alone, then punched her in the gut, sending the pink banshee flying through the air. Rasengan Sai created the small ball of chakra in one hand and charged at the blonde, but she punched the ground, making him lose balance and fall to the ground. Tsunade tried to run forward, but she found herself unable to move. Shadow possession complete. "Sorry about this, but we need to get Gaara back." Tsunade turned around to Shikamaru. "You have improved your shadow since last time we met, brat." But she crumbled in earth. "You caught the wrong one." He turned to the voice only for a fist stronger than a sledgehammer to slam down on his chest, breaking every rib that got in the way. Multi-shadow clone jutsu 50 size appeared, all of them holding a Rasengan. "Take this Rasengan barrage," the real one shouted before all of them attacked all at once. Tsunade quickly went through some hand signs earth style. Mud dome encampment jutsu. A dome of earth came from the ground covering her from all sides. As the first Rasengan hit, all it made were cracks, then the rest of them came. When the barrage stopped, all that was left of the dome was broken earth, but no sign of Tsunade until Sai received an uppercut in the chin, dispelling all the clones. "I'm impressed you can make that many clones, but it must only be your Uzumaki genes, nothing else." Kurenai was easily beating Asuma with her genjutsu, and now he had kunai and shuriken sticking out of his body. Choji was the same but didn't look so bad because of his clan armor protecting his front. Ino, however, only had a few scratches by managing to dispel the genjutsu faster than the other two, but still not fast enough. "Give up, you can't beat me," Kurenai stated, while going invisible with her genjutsu. "I will never give up until you are by my side again, and that demon is dead." Asuma charged and slashed with his knives, cutting her cheek with chakra. "This game of yours is over." He stabbed her stomach, only for her to turn into a log with paper bombs. "Shit!" He backed off while putting his arms protectively in front of his face. Asuma-sensei and Choji and Ino shouted. Asuma turned to see Kurenai up close, stabbing him in the throat. He never registered it. His eyes just stared at her, struggling to stay open. "I told you not to call the one I love a demon, but instead you wanted to kill him. It's funny, if you never talked bad about Naruto, then this would not have happened to you." "Burn in hell, Asuma Sarutobi." She pulled the kunai from him, letting the bearded man's dead body fall to the ground. "I have nothing against you because you still believe Naruto is a friend, but just go back." Naruto does not want to go back. Choji and Ino froze their bodies, not listening to what they want to do. They just cried looking at the dead body in front of them. Shea has now activated her EMS while Sasuke activated his normal Sharingan, and Kakashi lifted up his headband. "You want to bring me back, do you?" Well, then she disappeared, then reappeared behind Sasuke. "Go on. Try it." Both turned around, both trying to hit each other with a sword in their hand. Shea kicked him in the gut, sending him back and taking the air out of his lungs. Kakashi rushed in with a kunai enhanced with lightning chakra, but was stopped by a large skeletal hand. Fire style. Dragon flame jutsu. Sasuke took a big breath, then blew out the fire shaped like a dragon. Fire style. Grand fire ball jutsu. Kakashi's fireball merged with the fire dragon, making it twice as strong. The fire exploded on impact, making smoke cover the area, then the smoke cleared as the Susanoo changed into its second form. The second form had dark orange samurai armor that seemed to swirl around it. A sword made out of fire appeared in each hand. "You don't have a chance of beating me with such weak resolve. Itachi showed you how to get this power, but you refused to take it." The Susanoo started swinging its swords at the two ninja, "and that is why you will never beat me or Itachi ever." Sasuke distracted her for a minute. "I want to try something," Kakashi called out to the duck-haired Uchiha, who nodded in response. "It's not smart to say something like that out loud, you know." Susanoo now focused on Kakashi even by using its hidden arms, making 4 in total. "You better not take your eyes off me because you might die because of it." Sasuke jammed his sword into the Susanoo, which didn't do much except to scratch Chidori. The lightning went all the way through the sword, making a shallow cut in the Susanoo. Shea just shook her head. "Sasuke, I'm ready," Kakashi shouted. Sasuke jumped beside Kakashi while Shea looked around bored, but her eyes widened seeing Kakashi never had a Sharingan but MS. Kamui, the top of the Susanoo, started to get warped in a vortex. Before the vortex could completely swallow the Susanoo, Shea locked eyes with Kakashi. Tsukuyumi. With that, Kakashi fell to the ground in 5 seconds. "This power is something you can never have, Sasuke. I can beat you and Itachi without those eyes." Sasuke ran at her, then chains suddenly came out the ground wrapping around his wrists. ankles and neck. What the hell is this? You said you could beat me without these eyes, but it is clear you do because you haven't noticed anything until now. If you had better eyes you would have noticed the genjutsu, at least Shea smirked. Genjutsu? How and when did you put me in a genjutsu? Sasuke asked dumbfounded. When we first had eye contact I put you in Tsukuyomi, and you have spent 1 second here, so just another 2 and a bit days left. No one noticed because they were too busy, but now Temari was jumping from tree to tree to find Gaara. Please let me be on time. Unknown to her, what she does will bring a change in the ninja world. Chapter end. Hello everyone, nice to see ya, on to business. Please enjoy. In an empty desert, 4 figures stood away from each other. On one side there was Naruto and Hinata, on the other side there was a blonde-haired guy that looked like a girl. His hair was tied up in a ponytail with the bang covering his left eye. He wore a black cloak with red clouds which was torn in some places and blue and white shinobi sandals. The other figure had short spiky red hair and had a non-changing face. He wore the same outfit as the blonde, leaving him in his blue pants and sandals. The redhead had multiple weapons coming out from his body. The blonde was currently on a massive white bird with a psychopathic grin on his face. Art is an explosion. A mouth on his hand opened and lots of mini birds came out of the mouth. All the birds flew towards Naruto, but he never moved an inch as sand came from the ground to protect him. Ka, the blonde shouted as the birds hit the sand and they exploded, destroying the sand wall. Wind style. Vacuum bullet. Naruto had appeared behind him. The blonde jumped off his bird to avoid the jutsu, then made a hand sign making the bird explode. Naruto, keep his attacks up by sending even more wind bullets. You are quite good to avoid all those bullets. Don't get cocky. There was no explosion in your technique, so of course you can't beat an artist like me. The blonde put his hands in bags on his waist. Now let's see you handle my C3 dragon. The blonde brought his hands out and spat out white clay that then took the form of a dragon. The blonde then jumped on the dragon as it flapped its wings and started to fly. Don't kill the Jinchuriki Deidara because we will have to wait until the tailed beast forms again, and I hate waiting. The redhead spoke. I know that now. Shut up, Sasori. Deidara shouted at his partner, also taking his eyes off Naruto, which proved to be a big mistake. Deidara turned round back to Naruto in time to see him about to decapitate him with a chakra rod that came from his hand, but he used his arm as a sacrifice and let his arm fall to the ground. Bastard. Deidara jumped back throwing 5 clay spiders, but they got repelled by an invisible force. Just die and it will all be over. Naruto threw the chakra rod and jumped off the dragon with a smirk. Deidara noticed the smirk, then looked out the corner of his eye to see the chakra rod had a paper bomb. And boom, the dragon exploded, sending out a shockwave that hit Naruto dead on since he was so close. Naruto flipped as he landed on the ground. He looked to see Hinata easily beating the redhead and the 100 puppets he was bragging on about before. We're not finished yet. He turned around to the supposed to be dead Deidara only to get covered in clay spiders. Naruto went up in an explosion. He fell to the ground due to the injuries, but luckily he used almighty push before he was put in a serious condition, and that he had amazing healing because he is a Jinchuriki and a senju. Deidara walked up to him without his Akatsuki cloak since it was destroyed in the explosion. He frowned at the damage Naruto had. I'm pretty sure my explosions should have done more damage than that. Oh well. As Deidara was about to pick Naruto up, sand stopped him and covered him whole except his head. Then he felt getting stabbed. Naruto laughed as he stabbed the blonde with a chakra rod to the heart. You nearly got me there. If I had been a second slower you would have got me. Naruto took a step back. You will be a good pawn to me and before you die. Yes, I also think art is an explosion. He looked to see Hinata killing Sasori with a touch to his weird-looking heart and purple-colored blood. Naruto smiled to himself, releasing Deidara from the sand prison. Hey Hinata, you alright? He called out to her. She walked over to him. Of course, I am idiot. Hinata hit him on the head. What were you thinking? You nearly killed yourself when you blew up that clay dragon, then after that you let down your guard and was nearly killed again. Expecting another hit, he closed his eyes, but when he felt lips on his own he mentally shouted thank you. He thought too early as she kneed him in the balls when their kiss was over. If you even think about dying on me I will castrate you, heal you, then castrate you all over again. Do I make myself clear? Yes ma'am, he squeaked out. Don't tease me with that cute voice or I will lose myself to you again. Hinata blushed at the thought. Naruto's sweat dropped through the pain at how bipolar she was. Shall we go and get Gaara's body now? Naruto nodded. Yeah, I suppose we should, but can you get the body? I don't think I can move that fast with the pain I'm feeling. He glared daggers at her. Not to mention, I'm making Blondie over there one of my paths. She started looking away, forging innocence. He well, see you in a bit. She ran off to avoid his glare. He shook his head with a sigh and managed to move normally now that most of the pain was gone. Now what path can we make you? Naruto pondered a bit. The Naraka path will do. He put more chakra rods into Deidara's stomach and a purple face with Naruto's Sharingan. Rinnegan. Going to call it a Tomo Rinnegan in future. And huge teeth. Naruto grabbed Deidara and his lost arm, which was carried by sand, then threw him into the mouth of the face. The mouth closed, then the face sunk into the ground, disappearing. I suppose I should catch up with. Dynamic entry. Naruto got kicked in the face by 2 people and was sent flying back. It seems the youth he once had has been damaged by your leave of the village. Naruto groaned at Guy's nice guy pose and his sparkling grin. Yash Naruto, I will help you get your youth back and bring you back to the village. Lee stood back to back with Guy in the same pose. Nice speech Lee, you make me proud with your flames of youth. Guy had a tear in his eye. Guy sensei, Lee, Guy sensei, Lee. Quiet you two, we are on a mission here and now we have another objective. Capture Naruto. Senju Niji squinted his eyes and activated the Byakugan. It's not a pleasure to see you guys again, Guy, Lee, Niji and Tenten. Naruto moved his head, cracking his neck. I would ask you to just let me go without a fight, but I'm guessing that won't happen. Lee stepped forward. Naruto, I challenge you to a one-on-one fight. I will show you my flames of youth. He put an arm behind his back and the other in front of him. Naruto got into his own stance. Sure, I will fight you on one condition. If I win, your team lets me be on my merry way. Lee, we are not going with that conditions. Think logically. If we all fight him at once, we will win. Lee was about to argue, but Tenten continued, and we have to show our flames of youth as well. Lee looked down, then he felt a hand on his shoulder. Don't worry, Lee, if we work together he can still see our youth. Let's go. Guy's teeth sparkled again. Guy and Lee nodded at each other before running off towards either side of Naruto, then jumped while spinning double leaf whirlwind. Both aimed for the shoulder, only for Naruto to block with his forearm. You seem to forget that no matter how good your taijutsu is, my eyes can predict you and my strength can easily block you, Naruto stated plainly. How about you try and block me then? Niji charged in front of Naruto, but Naruto grabbed and threw Guy and Lee at him. A chakra rod came out of his hand, then went to stab them, but leaned back instead to avoid the kunai and shuriken that went past him. Tenten smiled and jumped up high. Nice dodge, but you can't stop this one. He raised an eyebrow as she brought out a scroll. When she unsealed the item, the item automatically threw itself at him. It was his turn to smile, as the item was a giant shuriken, and I mean giant. The shuriken was twice or even more times as big as him. I can't stop the shuriken, eh? Well, neither can you. Almighty push. The shuriken seemed to go in slow motion as it stopped in front of him, then was sent flying back at her. She closed her eyes, waiting to get cut in half as she could not move in the air. Naruto groaned as she was saved by Niji. Thanks, Niji. Time to die. Naruto went through some hand signs fox style. Fox flam. Naruto stopped getting the attention of the four. What the hell? He grabbed his head while seething in pain. Naruto's mindscape. Kurama and Shikaku were chained to the ground, unable to break free. Naruto was facing a woman, or a 3D shadow of one. The only part of the shadow which wasn't shadow was her eyes, which were the same as his. Who are you and how did you get into my mindscape? So rude. How you cannot know yourself? You and I are one and the same. The shadow chuckled. You can call me Naruto if it suits you. Myself? I don't think a person has another copy of themselves inside them, and not to mention I'm a guy, and you are a girl. Naruto walked past her. This is my mindscape, so I can control all. No one can beat me here. He waved his hand to the side and the chains holding Kurama and Shikaku broke. You shouldn't have done that. Naruto jumped on his back. Naruto grabbed her and tried to throw her off, but she melted like an ice cream in the sun, then attached to him, the same as Black Setsu did to Obito. I told you that I am you, so I can control this mindscape as much as you can. She chuckled. And now I control you as well. Oh no, you don't. I aim in control. Naruto spoke calmly until he started see distorted figure. And why try and take control when I'm in a fight? Seriously. Let's see you handle my despair, my pain and my depths of hatred. Naruto spoke. Outside world. With Team 7, 10, Tsunade, Kurenai and Shea. Team 7 and 10 were currently losing the battle, since not only were they running out of chakra but both their healers were out for. The Count and Asuma was dead, while the three females were alright, with Shea not getting an injury due to the ultimate defense, Kurenai hiding in her genjutsu and Tsunade healing every scratch. Out the way. Everyone looked up at the voice in the sky. As the object crashed into the ground, the object appeared to be a turtle. Everyone gave a what at the same time. Wait, why there are flying turtles now? Sai shouted. Think before you speak, dope. It's clear that the turtle is a summon, but whose? Sasuke tried to find traces of chakra from the turtle but found none. Kakashi spoke next. That sky summon, but why did it come from the sky? That green wearing, huge eyebrowed bastard. If he does that again, I'm going to kill him. The turtle got out of its shell. Kakashi. Guy told me to tell you that his team has recovered someone. Ah, that's right, Naruto's senju, and apparently the Kazekage has been recovered. The turtle puffed into smoke. Everyone blinked before Kakashi ordered them to retreat to the sand village. The three women, however, were too shocked to move. The man they knew who could take on and beat an army was defeated by Team Guy of all things. It was then they realized they had to get to the sand village and disappeared into the trees. Sand village? It had been about 20 minutes, but Naruto had not defeated or lost against Naruto. No, he accepted it, taking in all the pain, rage and despair, and now he luckily never had to deal with the annoying flames of youth. He was sitting in a dim-lit room alone with chakra seals and chains around his limbs to stop him from escaping. Naruto looked up at the closed door, hearing some noise coming behind it. The door slammed open to reveal his nightmare fangirls, with him unable to do anything. Naruto, Ino and Sakura shouted as they jumped on him. We can finally bring you back to the village and to me. Sasuke, Sai and Kakashi. They came in afterwards with cheery smiles, or an eye smile for Kakashi and a smirk from Sasuke. Kurama, Shikaku, if you break those chakra seals in less than 5 minutes I will be yours to play with for a whole day, Naruto begged, mentally hearing the squeals of agreement. In response, are you guys enjoying this? Seeing me suffer? We have a lot to catch up on since you left. Everyone in the village misses you. It's time for you to come home. Kakashi spoke. And you're enjoying yourself right now, aren't you, with girls all over you? HN was all Sasuke gave. Hey Naruto, when we get back, how about we go get some ramen? Naruto gave Sai a stare. Come on, I know you want to. I don't like ramen, it tastes horrible. Sai freaked out, and paled then fainted. I don't even want to know what just happened. Sakura and Ino stood back, then Sakura gave him a punch to the face, but he seemed unfazed by it. Don't you dare leave me again, you hear me? What are you guys doing to him? Temari walked in with her arms crossed under her breast. He is a hero of the sand. What do you mean? He is a missing ninja from the leaf that needs to be captured. Kakashi asked how is he a hero of the village, and the leaf didn't know. He saved this village from its burden and helped Gaara, so I'd advise you to let him go, Temari shouted. No, we can't let him go, not anymore. Gaara walked in. As much as it pains me, the leaf is clearly a better alliance to have instead of less than a half of a dozen strong ninja. Temari pushed the fangirls out the way and stood in front of Naruto. That may be, but I will not abandon Naruto. He has helped me as well, and if he doesn't want to go to the leaf then he won't go. It is the least I can do for him. Gaara now had tears in his eyes. Please don't do this, Temari. I will be forced by the council to brand you a missing ninja. Temari shook for a second, then put a hand on her fan. Tears were now falling down Gaara's face like a waterfall. I hereby announce Temari as a missing ninja. Forgive me. 2 Umbu appeared in the room to capture her, but they were sent flying back by an invisible force. Thank you, Temari. Now it's my turn to protect you. He kissed her cheek as he walked past, then his Tomo Rinnegan glowed. Chapter end. Thank you, Temari. Now it is my turn to protect you. He kissed her cheek as he walked past, then his Tomo Rinnegan glowed. I am disappointed in you, Gaara, after all I have done for you. Oh well, no hard feeling, but I am going to destroy your village. Almighty push. Naruto pulled Temari to his chest as the rest of the room got destroyed by an invisible force. Stay close to me or escape if you can, Temari. Naruto jumped out the destroyed room to where everyone had landed, and Temari hid in the shadows but kept her sight on him. What the hell was that? Random sand ninja ran to expect what was happening. What is going on here? Our treaty is over. The ninja fell to the ground lifelessly as Naruto cut their necks from behind. Naruto, he turned around to see Tsunade, Shea, Kurenai and Hinata running towards him. We thought you got captured. Don't worry, he is fine now. Temari came out of the shadows and stood a few meters away. But shouldn't we get away from the village? I said I would destroy this village, and I intend to do it right now. Naruto spoke as all of them started hovering above the ground, then flew up high enough so they could see the whole village. What's happening? How are we flying? Naruto sighed. I will tell you later, but now I will show the hidden sand true despair. Today the hidden sand will be removed from the map. Naruto put his arms forward. No despair. Almighty push from the middle of the village. An invisible force pushed everything away from it, leaving a massive crater where the village used to be. Then the sand quickly filled the crater. Everyone suddenly had a what the fuck face on as Naruto's team landed on the ground. Team Kakashi and Team Asuma or Team Shikamaru now were the lucky ones, only receiving minor injuries. Naruto turned to his team. Do you mind finding any other survivors and kill them while I take care of these guys? Sure, but you owe us a lot of your personal time. They jumped away on their search. Naruto, what are you doing? The sand are our friends, Sai shouted. They are your friends, not mine. Now I think it is finally time you died. This encounter will be the last time we meet. Naruto gave a sadistic smirk. But first I will kill the ones you care about most. Naruto was then covered in red chakra with 9 tails wagging behind him. So how do you like my Jinchuriki cloak? Lightning Blade. Kakashi charged behind him going for the kill but got hit by one of the tail, knocking him back. Naruto looked around looking bored as Sakura punched his face, but it did nothing. Then she pulled her hand away to see it covered in burns. Naruto grabbed Sakura by the neck with an uncaring look basically written on his face. You make me sick with your fangirl attitude, so it would make sense that you would die first. Sakura, they shouted, running to save her, but it was too late, and Naruto snapped her neck then lazily dropped her on the ground, making Naruto give a dark laugh. Everyone else froze in shock. Then 2 more unexpected things happened. Firstly, Sai's chakra rose dramatically, and it was surprisingly red. The second thing was that Naruto was now covered in black flames by Sasuke, who was currently holding his right eye, although the flames were absorbed by Naruto. I will kill you, Sai shouted, and bubbles formed in his hand then turned into a Rasengan, but bubbles kept forming, changing it. Chidori. Sasuke charged at Naruto as he sent a chakra arm at him, but Sasuke dodged by going underneath it then stabbed at Naruto's chest. Naruto grabbed Sasuke by his shirt to prevent him from escaping. You copied a strong jutsu there, Sasuke. Now let me show you one I copied. He lifted the Uchiha in the air above his head. Liger Bomb. He smashed Sasuke into the ground, making a shockwave, but Sasuke was protected by a purple ribcage. So you can use the basic Susanoo. Impressive, but you are still too weak. He jumped back as Susanoo tried to hit him. Sai threw the Rasengan that had been changed due to the demonic chakra. Sai was now covered in red chakra like Naruto, except he only had 3 tails. Naruto raised his hand and absorbed the Rasengan. Hey Kurama, one question. How does he have your chakra? I don't really know, but I have a theory. I'm not sure though. And that is? It might have been possible Sai got exposure to my chakra when Kushina was pregnant. Yes, she was the former Jinchuriki. I actually forgot about her. Hey, I am still here, you know. Kushina joined the conversation. You are too loud, shut up. Why don't you shut up, giant perverted fox? Redhead whore, you're one to talk. Naruto groaned, then Shikaku whispered something into his ear. You are a genius. He gave her a deep kiss that is just brilliant. Stopping this annoying shouting and giving them more pain. I will reward you later. He winked mentally, making the sand spirit blush. Naruto came out of his thoughts and giant purple face with the Tomo Rinnegan came from the ground called the King of Hell. It then opened its mouth and 2 people walked out. The first was Deidara of the Akatsuki, the one he killed before, only now he never had an Akatsuki cloak but a normal black cloak, and all injuries seem to be healed. Even his arm has been attached. The second person was a woman who also wore the same outfit as Deidara. The woman had long red hair and stood about 5 feet 8. Both of the figures had the same ear and lip piercing and the same Tomo Rinnegan. I'm back, you know, the redhead shouted. No, it can't be. Kakashi gulped. It's Kushina, but she died years ago. How she can still be here? Oh Kakashi, are you feeling okay? There seems to be a lot of irony in the air. Naruto spoke. Can you do it? Can you kill your sensei's wife? How did you? Simple, I asked her myself. And we have met before in the seal. Naruto glanced at Kushina. Kill him. Kushina charged forward, unsealing a sword sealed on her wrist. Are you just going to let her kill you, sensei? Sasuke went in front of Kakashi with his sword raised to block the attack. Kakashi just blinked, trying to register what was happening. Snap out of it, Sasuke shouted. Sorry, Sasuke. Kakashi charged up, a lightning blade in his hand, and attempted to stab the redhead, but an invisible force pushed him and Sasuke back. Back with Naruto. Currently Naruto has pinned Sai down with chakra rods and had his hand on Sai's back. I will be taking that chakra back now. The Jinchuriki cloak around them both disappeared as Naruto started to absorb the chakra. There's quite a lot of chakra for just an exposure, Kurachan. Well, I am the strongest of the tailed beasts after all and have the largest chakra reserves, Kurama boasted while laughing. You forgot you also have the smallest breast, Shikaka added. Yeah, I have the smallest, you bitch. Just because you have the largest out of all of us, you are just begging to be milked like a cow that you are, Kurama screamed. True, Naruto couldn't help but milk these melons. Remember when you had that long sleep after using your chakra? Yeah, so what? Naruto actually begged me to tittyfuck him. I still remember it now. He was really horny, and it was me that he chose because he loves me more. Shikaka, we agreed to keep that a secret, Naruto said, making her nervous. Then he remembered. Kurama, I'm sorry for not telling you that she tittyfucks me every. He now could feel the glare sent at him, even though she couldn't see him. Night. Why am I never involved in this? Kurama demanded. I did try to wake you a few times, but I can never wake you because you are such a deep sleeper. Naruto mentally shook. How long has this been going on for? About 3 weeks since Shikaka came into the seal. When all this fighting is done, you are going to give me a whole year of just sex with no breaks. Actually make that 2 years. Fine, now where was I? Naruto came out of his thoughts, and at the same time Sai burst into smoke. What? Sai found out Naruto's abilities. Everyone turned to Shikamaru in shock. After all the times we have fought, now and in the past, not to mention the reports that confirm it. You actually figured it out, did you? Naruto sighed. You Nara are too smart for your own good. What is it, Shikamaru? What are the weaknesses? Choji asked. It's simple when you think clearly. Firstly, due to the reports, he can summon multiple things. Second, he can absorb all long-range ninjutsu but not close-range like when Sasuke used his Chidori. Third, he can repel and attract objects, but it has a time limit depending on how strong it is. Wait, how do you know that? Ino asked. Let me explain. Shikamaru stated in the past and a while ago he could use it multiple times after a few seconds, but after his big attack he can't use it, or he would have used it. He can also clearly revive the dead and control them, although I don't know much about them. It seems he has the Sharingan abilities, but his sight is 3 times as good. Shikamaru's side, he really is troublesome. Who knows what else he can do? I didn't really get that, Sai stated. To put it simply for you, dope, Genjutsu won't work because of his eyes. Long-range ninjutsu won't work either, and not to mention our taijutsu probably won't work either because of his chakra cloak. Not to mention even my Chidori didn't work, Sasuke explained. So we need either a really strong close-range ninjutsu or really strong taijutsu, but since probably only Guy or maybe Lee could beat him with taijutsu, I wouldn't go for the latter, Kakashi told them. Sasuke, how about we combine our wind and lightning styles? Do you think that will work? Sai asked. Sasuke nodded. That was the only smart thing you have said in your life, but what is your plan? Sai gave a nervous chuckle and Sasuke rolled his eyes. Why did I even ask? I will come up with a plan. Alright, I think I gave you enough of a break. Now it is time to die, Naruto stated as a clade bird made contact of where Sai and Sasuke were standing, so they survived that, did they? Now what are they planning? The dust from the explosion cleared, revealing a Rasengan, but it had a shuriken around it, and lightning sparked off it due to Sasuke. Holy shit. What is that? Think about it, guys. Sai never had to learn how to control Kyuubi's chakra, so had some spare training time. Come on, Sasuke, let's go. They charged at Naruto, but when they were close, Naruto just almighty pushed them. Then from the ground multiple smoke clouds puffed into existence. What, he already prepared shadow clones? Little brat, he had already made a plan beforehand. Naruto jumped back to escape being surrounded. 3. The clones jumped towards him. 2. The clones were a meter away from him with a Rasengan in one of their hands. When the clones were about to hit him, 0. Almighty push. All the clones dispelled due to the force. Receiving all those Rasengan would have been bad. Naruto's eyes widened as he felt a massive amount of chakra behind him. As he looked out the corner of his eye, he saw Naruto and Sasuke with their Rasengan and Chidori combo. I see they hit after the explosion. They slammed the wind lightning Rasen shuriken into his back. We got you, Sai shouted as the attack carried them across the destroyed village. Then Sai and Sasuke fell while Naruto went a little further. Then the Rasen shuriken exploded into a massive blue orb with sparking lightning. As the attack died down, Naruto fell back down to earth, inside a broken building. Is it over? Sai asked, falling to his knees. No, I don't think so. Look, Sasuke pointed to Kushina and Deidara. If Naruto was dead, I think they would be too. As on cue, Naruto burst out of the building panting while grabbing his right arm, or what was left of it. Naruto's arm had been destroyed, clearly taking most of the damage. Fuck my life, Naruto cursed him. You two wouldn't happen to be able to fix a lost arm, would you? Sorry, we could do it if it was still attached, but it isn't. Naruto sighed. Are you forgetting about little old me? Naruto said innocently. You can heal my arm, Naruto questioned. I can't heal it, but I can fix it, although I need to be in control. Naruto's eyebrow twitched in annoyance. Fine. Naruto opened her eyes in Naruto's body. I can upon the servant of mother. He might call Zetsu. A few seconds later, and a white green-haired man emerged from the ground. It looked like a perfectly normal naked man, but without privates, and the obvious pale skin. It turned to Naruto. It narrowed its eyes before saying, only mother has those eyes. It put its head to the side. But you are male. Are you father? Naruto nodded her head. Will you allow me to have a favor, my dear Zetsu? Zetsu nodded before stretching out its arm. Naruto quickly cut it, and grabbed the arm, then put it on where Naruto lost his arm. The arm let out a bit of steam as it seemed to have melted onto his broken limb. Thank you, son. You may go now. Zetsu nodded before sinking into the ground. Naruto went back into the mindscape to let Naruto have control again. Be careful next time. Sure, but what was that and how did you do that? Naruto asked. I will tell you after, but now it is time to finish this village off for good. This is taking too long. Naruto came out of his mindscape, then looked at his new arm and hand which he was clenching and unclenching. Oh well, time to finish this. Summoning jutsu, there were a few puffs of smoke revealing Team Naruto. What is? Naruto, what's going on? What happened to your arm? Kurenai questioned. I will explain later. I am going to end it now, so I need you to get away. Deidara landed next to him. Get on the bird now. He left no room for arguing, and they all got on the clay bird, which flapped its wings to fly away. Dynamic entry. Lee and Guy aimed their kick at the bird, but Naruto stopped them. Universal pull. Lee and Guy fell back onto the sand at high speed, but they were lucky enough to land on their feet. Everyone looked at Naruto as some other sand ninja came along with Gaara. Naruto, Senju, surrender peacefully or die, Gaara demanded. No, this is now the day the sand falls. Naruto was now covered in chakra, then massive foxtails grew behind him. And I mean it. Gaara, you chose the wrong person to betray. Naruto was now fully transformed into the Kyuubi and looked exactly the same, except he still had his Tomo Rinnegan. K-Kyuubi. Arun, we can't beat that. It's a D-demon. Naruto formed chakra in his mouth, which looked like a big ball. He then jumped up high, which was really high since he was in Kyuubi mode. Tailed beast bomb. He shot out the bomb beneath him, destroying everything below him. In the distance, a man with an orange mask wearing an Akatsuki robe smirked. This could work out perfectly. Now I have one less troublesome thing to deal with in the future, and I could use him to gather most of the tailed beasts, then steal them for myself. The man swirled, then disappeared as if he wasn't there at all. Chapter end. Enjoyed the chapter. Inside Konoha's council room, the whole council were groaning in displeasure, with everyone sounding like a Nara because it was just so troublesome. Danzo messaged his temples to try and ease his headache. Why did I want to become Hokage again? He spoke up. So what you are saying is that the whole sand village was wiped from the map because of one boy? Yes, Hokage-sama. Although there were 6 missing, Naruto Senju was the one who destroyed the whole sand village in Umbu with a plain mask except for Nastated while kneeling. How did he manage to destroy a whole village, not to mention the third biggest in the elemental nations? Choza asked the Umbu. And how can that demon scum be taken down once and for all? A pink-haired civilian shouted in outrage. Look what he did to my daughter. Yeah, killed the demon. The civilians roared in agreement. The clan heads just shook their head, while Danzo slammed his hand on the table. Silence. Umbu, give details on every one of them. We need to know how to deal with them. Yes, Hokage-sama. From the report, Naruto Senju is immune to all genjutsu due to his visual prowess, but we do not know how good he is at it. His taijutsu is incredibly high, being able to match our taijutsu specialist, and having his super strength and eyes to predict movements. His ninjutsu is one of his most powerful factors due to having massive chakra reserves. This also means he can perform many without getting tired. The Umbu spoke. Shikaku spoke up. My son also gave some valuable information. 3 hours of discussing and arguing. I called to change the information in the bingo books of Naruto and Tsunade Senju, Hinata Hyuga, Seiya Uchiha and Kurenai Yuhi, while also adding Temari of the former Sand Village. A random shinobi called out. After another long argument, the council finally agreed. Danzo called out. So it is decided Tsunade Senju will be a SSS class missing Nin with a flea on sight, 85 million Ryo reward dead or alive. Hinata Hyuga will be a SS class missing Nin with a flea on sight unless alone, 70 million Ryo reward dead or alive. Kurenai Yuhi will be a SS class missing Nin with a flea on sight unless alone, 70 million Ryo dead or alive. Seiya Uchiha will be a SSS class missing Nin with a flea on sight, 80 million alive dead, 90 million Ryo alive. Temari will be a S class missing Nin with a capture on sight if alone, 55 million Ryo dead or alive. He coughed, then continued. Naruto Senju has displayed incredible power, so I will name Naruto Senju a 1 and only X class missing Nin with a do not engage for destroying a whole village. 150 million Ryo dead, 300 million Ryo alive. Gaining gasps from some and approving nods from others. Also, the capture of any of these ninja at the moment is forbidden due to their strength. In an unknown location, Team Naruto were resting and lying low after their fight with the Sand Village. Temari and Kurenai had gone out for food since they had the most energy left. Hinata was asleep so she could take the night shift, and Seiya was on watch. Naruto and Tsunade were looking at his new arm as it changed because of his chakra. This arm is incredible, Naruto. It is different from normal arms, but so similar at the same time. But how? I guess you mean how I got this arm and how it is changing? Naruto asked while she nodded. Well, I got told it is human cells, or to be more specific, great-grandfather's cells, but that is all I know about that. However, my arm is changing too. adapt to my cells, which wouldn't normally work, but since I am a direct descendant, his cells will become mine. So that's why the arm has your chakra system and has gone to your skin color. Tsunade inspected it, and grabbed his hand, then placed it on her chest, and you can still feel with your hand, can't you? Naruto turned his head to the side. You know it still feels wrong for me to do this with you, and not to mention, he sighed, I was the one who took your virginity because you used that procedure to make yourself pregnant. It is not wrong if you love them. She crawled on top of him, planting her lips on his while making a hand sign to put up silent seals. Naruto then kissed back, fighting for dominance, but she won, pushing her body against him. She got off him and ripped of this upper clothing off surprisingly in one piece. You really have to get clothes I can take off easier than she ripped off the rest of his clothes. Naruto closed his eyes. It would be better if you take off your clothes as he moaned, opening his eyes to see Tsunade sucking him off. You work fast, he spoke between moans. It will take more than your mouth to. Oh crap. What's wrong, my little Naru? She smirked as she held his manhood captive between her breasts, leaving only the top free can handle them. What happened to that tough talk? Tsunade licked the top before sucking while she rubbed her breasts together. You are killing me here, Tsunade, he spoke helplessly as Tsunade continued her assault. Fuck. Naruto pushed her head down, releasing his load in her mouth. She choked a bit at the amount, but eventually managed to drink it all. And now for the main course. She positioned herself over him and slammed down on him, making both of them shout in pleasure. Then both thanked the silent seals were up. Time to get this show on the road. Before she could move her hips, Naruto pushed her over so he was on top. He whispered something in her ear that no one else would hear, making her blush hard. So how do you want that? He grinned devilishly as she put head to the side to avoid eye contact. Oh, you're being awfully quiet now. What did I say? Why are you embarrassed? He put a hand on her chin to make her face him. Hey Naruto, Tsunade, we have got company, Shea shouted while running to them. Am I interrupting something? She said, frowning as she watched Tsunade adjusting her kimono and Naruto closing his cloak back up, both of them looking innocently while thinking, thank Kami that those seals only work one way. So who is the company? Tsunade said, changing the topic. Big bro Itachi and the blue-skinned swordsman of the Akatsuki, she replied as the two Akatsuki members walked up to them, and Hinata jumped back beside Tsunade. Itachi walked forward. Hello Shea, it has been a long time. His Sharingan span widely. It seems you have grown strong, but you do not have enough hatred to beat. I know Itachi, about the massacre, Shea stated, making the older Uchiha widen his eyes, and I have heard you and Naruto talking before. Shea, I was going to. Naruto started, but she raised her hand to stop him. It's fine, but what I want to know is how long you have been a spy in the Akatsuki? Shea asked, and why you joined in the first place. It is a long story, but to be brief, I did it so I could protect Konoha, which you and Sasuke were in, even though you left afterwards. To get knowledge on the enemy, and Itachi closed his eyes to make you hate me so you would gain the EMS, then after either you or Sasuke could take my eyes and gain the EMS. I had the EMS before I left Konoha. Itachi gave a rare gentle smile. Yes, I had not predicted that, but I still have hope for Sasuke as his older brother. Everyone seemed to agree with his reason. Hinata blinked. I have a question though. Everyone looked at her. You said you are a spy in the Akatsuki, but why do something so dangerous as to meet Naruto directly when you are meant to capture him? That is simple actually. The reason is that Naruto is the one who is protecting Shea at the moment. He is respectable and strong enough so I can say I failed to capture him, and it would break Shea's heart if I could actually capture him. Itachi rose his arms defensively as a chibi. Shea punched him lightly in embarrassment. What about Kisame? What are his reasons? Kurenai asked, walking into the cave. I am sure he isn't doing it out of the kindness of his heart. Kisame gave his usual toothy grin. Well, first of I respect this kid and he doesn't leave me in the dark. His grin disappeared, and recently I found out the reason I am in this mess with being a wanted criminal was because of the Akatsuki. His grin appeared once more, and I get to be on the winning side while slaughtering everyone who gets in the way. Makes sense. Hinata spoke, but why did you come here? Itachi here wanted to see his little sister so badly. Kisame patted Itachi's back with enough strength to push him into his little sister, and fake Madara has made his move. He is aiming to get you before other tailed beasts, and I mean aiming. He is making the whole of Akatsuki target you when they find you. He finds that you are too big of a threat, so they will kill you and wait for the tailed beast to reform. That is how desperate they are. Thanks for telling us this, but you should probably go in case they find out about your betrayal, Naruto said, making the two nod before puffing into smoke. In a different location, Itachi and Kisame stopped walking, feeling their clones' memories. What should we do now, Itachi? He continued walking and Kisame followed. I am not quite sure either, but I suppose we could get ready for our fight with Naruto, as leader said we should. That would be a good idea. You two, a man with an orange mask and an Akatsuki robe said in a deep voice. Speaking of which, did you happen to find anything out about the Jinchuriki? Itachi gave him his usual emotionless look. No, we have not. I understand finding out information is Zetsu's job. No need to be so scary, Itachi-senpai, he said in a childish voice. He went back to his deep voice. Don't fail me, either of you. Bye-bye. His voice went childish voice at the end before disappearing in a swirl. Kisame frowned, which was rare. I think he knows about this. The way he said it was too convenient. We have to be careful. Itachi nodded. Chapter end. What if Tsunade give Naruto inherited of Senju clan? And thanks for watching my video till the end. If you enjoy this content, then do consider subscribing to my channel. And leave a like if you guys need the next part. Comment down, and thanks for watching the video, and see you guys in the next video.